It happened in a really strange way, to be fair, because we were very dominant to score the goal, had another 2 brilliant chances to score, and then we gave them the goal, which is very unusual from our side. That shifted the momentum and the energy a little bit. They had 2 magic moments. I mean, the 2 goals that they scored from Dorgu and Cunha. We made the changes, we created some momentum, scored the 2-2, and you could feel game on.
We lost because the wind wasn't going in the right direction. The grass was the right color. The fan noises weren't the right decibels. The moon wasn't the right shape, and Ben White forgot the correct fake tan. The cleaners forgot the Mr. Muscle, and everything was wrong today. It wasn't my fault. Nothing is. Let's move on. We lost because the...
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
Now I'm panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
Edison invented the light bulb. Today I want to see a team that is connected, because a bulb by himself is nothing. I want to see a team that is connected with each other and that shines. And you want to transmit to him life and energy and passion and how you play football. Yes, we have 4 games, guys. 4 games to go. This match is gone. Chelsea lost here. Liverpool lost here. We don't lose here. This is Tony after the game. When we play at Brentford, you know what he did? You know this tweet? Nice kebab with the boys this afternoon. Better than us. We didn't have the right to play. We didn't. We had a second ball. We were horrible with the. We had no organization. We have nothing, guys. Nothing. So now, shut your mouth. Believe in yourself. I do. You are really good. The last thing I want to do, me as a coach, is blame any of you in difficult moments. My responsibility. I take the shit. Let's go.
Well. Looks like everything we've been saying for the last couple of months, people have now got questions. We got top Gooners coming out saying, I left the game early. I'm tired of pretending. You already know right here in Northside LDN Caramba, we expose the frauds, the snakes, the fakes, and the people that don't keep it 100. But you remember, your man didn't want to listen to us early in the season when we were talking about performances. Looks like performances have caught up with us. And we're going to get straight into it because we've been calling it out. What did they say? Stop moaning. Stop twerking for the rivals. Why are you negative? Get behind the team. Well, let me tell you right now, to all the Arteta winners, stop complaining, stop asking questions, stop panicking, and stop calling out this manager. Get behind the team, like you told me. Stop complaining. Some of you said complaining is for women. I don't want to hear no complaints. Stop moaning, stop whinging, and stop calling out this manager because you're not allowed to judge. Judge in May. Remember that one? We don't forget. The North doesn't forget. The North remembers Filu that both that. And we got all the clips. Let's get straight into it because let's see what the other side of the fan base now. They want to sound like us. Let's see what they're saying. How's it going? Trust the process.
To Manchester United. We actually just lost to Manchester United 3-2. The last time we conceded 3 goals was many games ago, many years ago. And I can't lie, I laughed last week, I supported United. You can see the reaction, I supported United. But what they've done to me today, I don't think I could ever forgive in my life. They came to the Emirates with Michael Carrick, scored 3 goals. They beat City and Arsenal in the space of a week with their new manager. They play 1 game a week. They're out of every competition. I am devastated. This might be one of the darkest days of my history. 4 points behind. Man City and Aston Villa all won. The last 3 games, Arsenal haven't picked up a win.
But why? You man told us to celebrate draws. You man told us, don't worry about the performance, yeah? Don't worry about the performance. Sunderland's a tough game. Chelsea's a tough game when they win a man down. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the Aston Villa loss. Don't worry about all these things. Arsenal's got the best squad in Europe. Why are you panicking? Why is it a dark day? What happened to October champions, huh? I'm not hearing anything about October champions now. When I told you, man, calma, feel you, it ain't over. Nah, nobody's in the race. Nobody's better than Arsenal. We got the best squad. This manager's amazing. What's going on now? Now, man, want to complain. Why are you twerking for the rivals? Calling out your team means twerking for the rivals. Trust the process. This is what you preached to me for 6 years, actually. For 6 years, you preached this to me. So don't know why you, man, are now complaining. Get behind your squad. Get behind your manager. Super Mick Arteta, he knows exactly what we need. That's what was told to me. I think you, man, need to start practicing what you preach. Because now you, man, are sounding like us. And it happens every season when you don't listen. When we're telling you the way we're performing, we're getting away with it. Certain performances are not good enough. What's going on now? Huh? What happened to own goal, ole? What happened to set piece FC? I told you these things are you're not gonna be able to win a league relying on these things. Now you man are understanding what I'm saying, huh? Agora tá complicado, né? Agora que tá complicado. Agora vocês querem ouvir. Let's continue.
2-0 draws and a 3-2 loss. Leeds up next. Arsenal fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. This has been a bad day, man.
Well, you man are panicking going up against Leeds. We got the best team in Europe. We got the best manager in Europe. Why is man stressed about Leeds, bro? I don't care about Leeds. This is Arsenal. We're top of the Champions League. We're top of the league. Why is everyone panicking? I don't know why everyone's panicking right now. What happened to get behind the boys? It's looking really, really gloomy right now. But let's continue.
All around the whole establishment, this has been a terrible, terrible game. I actually can't believe it. Generally, Ødegaard and Mateus could just score bangers. Wow.
First time I've ever lost an Arsenal game early. Call me not for Arsenal, call me whatever, I don't care. Shock.
Wow, left the game early. What a fake fan. What a fake fan. You're leaving the game early. Why are you leaving? You can't leave the game. How are you leaving the game? Get behind the boys. It's mad how all the things they told me to do, they're all going back on everything. Everything they've been preaching, they're going back on. Man left the game early. Let's VAR that. This is VAR that. This is their words, you know. Their words.
This has been a bad day, man. All around the whole establishment, this has been a terrible, terrible game. I actually can't believe it. Generally, Ødegaard and Mateus could just score bangers. Wow.
First time I've ever lost an Arsenal game early. Call me not for Arsenal, call me whatever, I don't care. Shocking. As soon as I couldn't go in and yeah, I'm done. I'm sick of it. The difference between those two teams today is that United have individual quality in the attack that can make something happen, that can actually get shots off, that can actually create a moment of magic, which we just can't do. I'm sorry, the attackers we have are not at the fucking level. I'm sorry.
The attackers we have. So first of all, you left the game early. You left the game early when this is your process, your project, quadruple charge, get behind the boys. It's all amazing at Arsenal. Now I'm leaving the game early. I'm leaving it again. I've seen it. What happened is still early. What happened to October champions? This is looking crazy. Now man's talking about, Man United have got individual brilliance. We don't. Hold on. You man were celebrating Jesus coming back from injury. You man were telling us how Saka's better than Yamin Yamal. We've got the finishers, Martinelli and Trossard. This is not what I've been hearing all season. No. Vocês filhos da puta. Where's the colher de pau? Where's the colher de pau? Vocês, you're not getting away with this, you man. Because this happens every year. And when we call this out, Saka's not been good enough. Man didn't want to hear it. Gyökeres not being fed opportunities. Man don't want to hear it. Jesus ain't good enough. Man don't want to hear it. Trossard and Martinelli inconsistent. Man don't want to hear it. Now you want to talk about the attack. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. After all the stuff that you man been running up your mouth about, we got the best squad in Europe. But the best squad in Europe can't produce individual brilliance. The best squad in Europe can't score goals in open play. You're telling me we're getting outdone by Man United that finished 15th last season. This is the Man United that we're scared of now. Nah. We can't let this one run. Let's VAR that again. Yeah, I'm saying.
This has been a bad day, man. All around the whole establishment, this has been a terrible, terrible game. I actually can't believe it. Generally, Ødegaard and Mateus could just score bangers. Wow.
First time I've ever lost an Arsenal game early. Call me not for Arsenal, call me whatever, I don't care. Shocking. As soon as I couldn't go in and Yeah, I'm done. I'm sick of it. The difference between those two teams today is that United have individual quality in the attack that can make something happen, that can actually get shots off, that can actually create a moment of magic, which we just can't do. I'm sorry. The attackers we have are not at the fucking level. I'm sorry. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of trying to pretend. I'm sick and tired of trying to make it out as if everything's going to be alright, because I'm sorry. This was a reality check. The United side, you haven't beaten us at the Emirates.
This was a reality check. This was a reality check. Not the first game against Man United, the first game of the season where they were the better team. We got away with it. Man didn't want to talk about performances. Not when we were stinking it out against Liverpool and Man City that we dropped points to early in the season. Not when we're stinking it out against Fulham and West Ham. Not when we should have been 2-0 down against Brighton. Not when we're getting slapped up against Aston Villa. Not when we can't beat a 10-man Chelsea. Not when we're flipping conceding a goal because we're sitting back, taking off a midfielder for a centre-back against Sunderland. And you, man, justify this. It's difficult to beat Sunderland. That's not when it... Now is a reality check. What do I always say? These men only want to listen to what we got to say when it's too late. You, man, have been twerking for this manager. It looks like he's got a new contract around the corner. A lot of these players that should have been moved on, you're happy for them to stay. And now all of a sudden, now it's the reality check. Not the last 6 years, no? Not the last 6 years that we've been seeing this. Not when I'm telling you I'm not seeing anything different. Not when I'm seeing this manager dropping Ødegaard, dropping Eze for Ødegaard, the captain that keeps getting subbed off. Not then. Now you man want to talk about it. Okay, let's continue.
December 2017, we haven't conceded more than 3 goals in a game in 121 games since Luton. I'm sorry. I'm done. My head's gone. And every single time when I kept trying to say, oh, the job's not finished, and people trying to say, oh, Willie, what are you talking about? This is what fuck you talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Performances like that, man. Unacceptable. So, my head is absolutely gone. I can't believe it, man. First time
If we don't win the league this year, it's time for Mikel to go, blood.
Wow, how toxic. How toxic. Give him another year. Maybe he doesn't have his pieces. Maybe he needs some more players. You know what I'm saying? He's so close. Well, why? Why is it this year? Why is it this year? Why was it not the year that you told me it took Klopp 4 years to get over the line? Why now? Why now this year? Why not? Now man wants to find shame. Now man want to find accountability. Where's this accountability been for the last 6 years? What about trust the process? What about just trust the process? We're still building. We're still building. Surely, what happened to every team in Europe once Arteta? We have to tie him down to a new contract because all the European teams, all the elite teams, they all want Super Mick. We can't get rid of him. Who are we going to replace him with? Isn't this what you man been telling me for 6 years? Now, if he doesn't win the league this season, he's got to go. Who can we replace him with? There's nobody. There's nobody to replace him with. You man don't like Ancelotti. You man don't like Simeone. You man don't like Inzaghi. You man don't like you don't like Enrique. You man don't like Hansi Flick. All these managers you disregarded. Who are we gonna get? There's no one better than Super Mick, right? That's what I've been getting told for the last 6 years. Why are you saying that if he doesn't win the league, then what's going on? Because there's nobody else that we can go and get. That's what you man have preached to me. Now he has to win it. Okay, let's continue.
Oh, the job's not finished, and people trying to say, oh, Willie, what are you talking about? This is what fuck you talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Performances like that, man. Unacceptable. So, my head is absolutely gone. I can't believe it, man. First time
If we don't win the league this year, it's time for Mikel to go, blood. There's no excuse. This is it, blood. He's had enough time. You get me? I'm not saying it'll be easy to replace him, but I will not accept finishing second again. 4 years straight is embarrassing. Finishing second is not embarrassing, but 4 years straight is embarrassing.
Wow. So it wasn't embarrassing for 3 years. It wasn't embarrassing when this guy is getting us kicked out of all the cups. It wasn't embarrassing enough that when he was getting us slapped up in Europe, in the Europa League to Olympiacos and Sporting. Then times it weren't embarrassing. Now it's embarrassing. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how all of a sudden this fan base wants shame. They want standards. They want accountability and they want trophies now. It only took this fan base 6 years. Crazy. Let's continue.
You understand? Can't finish second again. Especially when you know City this year have not been great. But they're now only 4 points behind. How many chances have we had? Now look, this is practically the same team. At times this season, we were saying, defensively solid. Like, this team could beat Chelsea's record. This team was like literally a team, if you score one, we ain't going to concede a goal. Now, what's been going on the last 3 weeks? The only one missing, really, from the starting 11 is Calafiori.
So we can't run the injury talk because you don't play Dowman. So you didn't even mention Dowman. And Calafiori, that's it. But we got Henkape. Everybody's happy with Henkape. We had all the players. He brought all of them on into the pitch and we didn't do anything. What does that show? What does that mean? If you bring on all your players, you play all the players available, all your attackers available, you throw the kitchen sink, what happens? Oh yeah, lack of ideas, no tactical. He's not a tactician. It's exactly what I called this manager out when I saw him get beat, when I see him lose to Bayern Munich a couple of seasons ago, PSG a couple of seasons ago, Man United kicked us out of the cup, last season? They were down to 10 men. I told you, this manager, there's a ceiling with this bullshit of just defending, but man didn't want to listen to Northside because I'm negative. Man don't like the way I speak. Now man want to sound like me. No. You man just stay there. Let me move you lot back to your place like I'm moving the mic. Yeah? Trust the process. Yeah? You man do what you man preach online. Trust the process. Don't criticize the club. Don't twerk for rivals. And don't call anything out. Because that's toxic, negative, fake fan. And if you don't like it, F off back to White Hart Lane. That's what you man say to us. So I'm just keeping the same energy with you lot. Don't now start questioning stuff. Because you man didn't want to hear it when we was calling it out early. You man didn't want to hear about our performances. Now it's all about performances. Now it's about trophies. Now it's about accountability. No. The internet doesn't forget. And one thing I love about the internet, everything is documented. You man don't get to do that. You man can live and die with your process because you didn't want to hear it. If you man were open to hearing the criticism that we had, we could have a conversation. You man don't want a conversation. When we're on panel shows with you man don't want to hear us. So guess what? He who doesn't hear must feel. You man need to feel it. You man need to feel it to the end of the season. Back your team, back your process, back your manager. Because you've preached this whole time that you're not allowed to criticize. So you man can hold that. I'm not hearing any of it. I'm not even going to cuss the way you man look, nothing. I'm just going to give you lot straight back what you man been preaching to us lot. Why we are considered the negative people. Why are you sounding like us? Why are you sounding like the people that you criticize? The section of the fan base. What happened to being a level-headed fan? Huh? Because this is all I ever hear. I'm a level-headed fan. None of you man ain't sounding level-headed right now. None of you man is sounding level-headed. And it's not even a thing where I disagree with you, man. I'm just saying. You man are sounding like us. No. Keep being a top winner.
I will deactivate my account. Yeah, I did say that if Arsenal lose to Manchester United at Emirates, we clearly lost today. Yeah, it hurts. It's been a hell of a ride, guys. I've appreciated the support. You know, we've grown a lot.
You can't deactivate. We already had Dowd. I don't see no more. Has anybody seen Dowd? I have not seen him. I have not seen Dowd, bro. I've literally not seen him. I tried to see if he's put out any content. I haven't heard from my man. Where's he gone? Where's Dowd? Where's he gone? What happened to treble winners, quadruple winners? We're gonna win it all. Arsenal gonna win the Champions League. I've not seen him. Has anybody seen Dowd? Please let me know if Dowd is okay. Let me know. Because you man cannot be deactivating. I'm sorry. You man have to hold it. You man have to stay active to the end of the season. We're not doing this. You man were twerking. You man were talking the most when we beat Bayern Munich. You man were talking the most when we beat Spurs in the North London derby. You man was speaking greasy when we beat Atletico. I'm not hearing this. I need you man accountable. I need you man active. I need you man on these streets. I need you man active because I stay active whether we win or lose or draw. I'm still here. So I need you man active, bro. I need you, all of you man active. Please, no deactivations around here. Everybody's account stay light.
For the last few years, I've been on this app, and I'm just gonna do what I told you guys I was gonna do. Now I know some of you guys are happy, you know, because you won't see me cooking your teams anymore. But yeah, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, are you serious? Are you serious? How? We just scored! Bro, what a goal by Mateus Cunha! Bro, all you have to do, close it down, bro! Two bangers!
Man looks like the guy. I was gonna go to school, but then I got high. I was gonna write process in my room, but then I got high. Bro, comb your hair before you do the live, bro. Come on, have some shame, bro.
He has no right. He has no right because he did 3 goals for the first time in 120 games since Luton. I haven't seen this team get crumbled this much. 2 incredible goals is all it took. Bro, my boy danced. Mateus could have just danced on us. We had Lingard in the mini rock. Now we have Mateus could have dancing. And it's gone. The game's gone. Look at him. Look at him.
The game's gone. Why is the game gone? The game is gone when you man were defending this manager playing like we're Stoke FC. You man love this football. You man were saying, oh, why is everyone just hating on Arsenal? Yeah, set piece FC, ole ole. You man were celebrating this. I was telling you this football is dusty. But you man were telling me, no, we're winning games. Oh, look at our record, look at our defense. Man didn't want to listen to me. But now all of a sudden, what you man want to complain? Nah, trust your brand of football, trust your process, trust your manager.
Why is he dancing on me? Why is he dancing on my team? Brother, we're the league leaders. We're now going 4 points ahead. They would have been 7 if we won today. This might have to be the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in football. And the reaction I just did right now, I don't think it'll ever be implemented again. I'm in dear shock. Arsenal, do not let me down. What though? The game's not done yet.
Do not let you down. What about the belief? What about trusting? What about keeping hope? What about backing the team, backing the play? What's going on? Where's all the hope and the chest gone? Where's all the chest gone? And this is what happens, bro. This is what happens when you don't listen. You don't listen. You start thinking that we're criticizing the team. People like me, people like Lee, people like Jez, people like DJB, people like Shane, people like Rashid. You think we criticize because we want the team to succeed. When we're telling you this, it's because we've seen years of this type of football. We've seen where we've lost. We concentrate and focus, guys. We need to focus. Like your manager said, we need to focus. Everybody focus. We focus on where we fall short. You man focus on, oh, but we won this game, we won that game. Yeah, look at the game, bro. Watch the game. Look at the way we're playing. Look at what we're doing. Look at the performances. And this is why at the end of every season, unfortunately, we always seem to be right. Because we don't ignore the signs. You man, go on one football app, open it up. Oh, Arsenal got win, draw, win. Oh, we won so many games. You man don't analyze the performances. And look what happened. I have been calling this out, from months ago. I said, from the Bayern Munich game already, I was saying, the one way that we look shaky is when teams are direct and when teams are physical. Oh, guess what? Chelsea were physical and direct, we dropped points. Sunderland were physical and direct, we dropped points. Aston Villa in the first game we faced of the season were physical, direct, we dropped points. Man United yesterday, physical and direct, we drop points. How did I see this? I don't get paid. I don't work for the club. I'm just a fake Arsenal fan that doesn't know anything, that just wants to twerk for the rivals. I've been calling this out. I've been calling this shit out. Man didn't want to listen because we got a couple of draws, because we beat Inter. I told you, man, don't get excited that Jesus scored a brace against Inter. He ain't going to do nothing going forward in the season. He's inconsistent. I told you, man. You man I don't know where the belief is gone. I think you man need to trust your process and practice what you preach.
If I'm being honest, my heart is heavy. My heart is overweight. Does anybody know how to roll? I need to inhale something, man. I feel extremely lightheaded. Watching Arsenal doesn't bring me any dopamine. I'm watching this team out of loyalty, out of duty, praying that we get a free kick, a set piece, a corner. That is not bringing me any joy. Only team that can stop Arsenal from winning this league is Arsenal themselves. I've said it. The title is chasing us, but we just seem to be faster, if I'm being honest.
Well, that was flipping atrocious. Good Lord, what the...
What happened to not being a reactionary fan? What happened to not panicking? What happened to, I don't want to be that type of fan? You man are sounding like the type of fan you criticize. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy how shit changes. It's crazy, isn't it? But this has happened for 6 years. You'd think this fan base learns. This is why I go at this fan base. Because I see them moving, flip-flopping, complaining. The same fan base that told me, oh, complaining's for women. Why are you man complaining then? Why are you man complaining? Why are you man moaning? Why are you analyzing the performances? Why is there standards this season? I thought these things are illegal. You're not allowed to have standards as an Arsenal fan. You just appreciate whatever's given. Like you're at your auntie's house. Whatever I've cooked is what you're gonna eat. That's it. Don't complain. You don't like it, tough luck. You gotta eat it. What's going on? What's going on? They're all rattled, bro. They're all rattled. Let's continue.
Flip, man. United 3, Arsenal 2. The last time we conceded 3 was against Luton like 3 years ago, bro. Man, that was disgusting to watch. 2 scrappy goals for us, by the way. Scrappy goals. We did not play well at all. We didn't deserve the win at all. Fam, the Premier League is right there. 7 points clear, now it's 4. What kind of nonsense am I watching right now? 3 Premier League games in a row, we stunk up the pitch. Liverpool at home, shocking. Forest, shocking. Here, shocking again against United. Zubimendi for the mistake, bro. Again, fam. We saw it against Tottenham, what happened. Taking too long, dilly-dallying, and it is what it is. Guys.
Now, feel that puta, Mr. Keenan and Kel. Oh, here it goes. Man, like Sean Kingston, you can relax because we've been calling out Zubimendi. All I've heard all season, I've been telling you, man, this guy's a bum, yeah? And what did you, man, say to me? He's better than Partey. He's better than Partey. I've been calling this guy out from early, bro. This guy, yeah, was a reason why we dropped points to Chelsea. Big part of the reason why we dropped points to Chelsea. He's the reason why Richarlison was able to lob our goalkeeper in North London derby, and he's bottled it again against Man United. And I've been calling for Zubimendi to be dropped. Oh no, he's better than Partey. He's better than Partey. No. Sean Kingston. No. You, man, been talking about how these players look. You know what I'm saying? Every single time looking at Calafiori, looking at all these bumps. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why we gotta start Zubimendi. They have me superstar. Yeah, I mean, now you can hold that. You can hold that. All the songs, all the praising, all the glazing. You, man, can hold that. I don't want to hear it because you, man, only want to listen to it when it's too late. Sean Kingston, you can fall back. You can go jail like with your mum, like Sean Kingston did. You two can go jail for the blasphemous bullshit that you, man, been putting out on the internet. I don't care, bro. I'm not hearing any of it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Zubi Lardin, bro. Yeah, I mean, you man can go jail together, bro. I'm not hearing any of it. You man only want to hear facts, yeah, when it slaps you in the face. I'm not hearing any of it. The glazing I've seen for this guy and the disrespect for Thomas Partey, you can hold that. I'm not hearing any of it. I'm not hearing any of it. Man like Nutty Professor, you can hold that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You can hold that. Trust your player, trust your boys.
Gonna come at me for saying he's the sign of the season, bro. These things happen. But bro, not against United. Dropping points to these teams, like, bro, we are literally at home. Yes, I understand that we've played 4, you get me, away games in 4 different competitions. The first team to ever do that, broskies. Yes, our players can be a little tired from that, fam. But have standards, G. Have flipping standards, bro. What?
Have stand now. Oh my days. Oh my God. Now, man, are shouting for standards. Where have these standards been for 6 years? Where's these standards that you're shouting for, that you're praying for? Do you know what I'm saying? Where are these standards, bro? Do you know what I mean? What happened, bro? And I swear, by the process of tether and the phases, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Now you're asking for standards. No. You man can hold that. What are you talking about standards? Standards? You man have been talking grease when we talk about standards, when we talk about being able to win major trophies. You man be talking, no man to talk about standards. Yeah, I mean, no. Yeah, I mean, I don't want no standards. Standards a thing that can't get no love from me. And on the passenger side and Ødegaard side, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. Yeah, I mean, you're not kind of hold that, bro. You man talking rubbish. I'm not hearing any of it. Standards. Now you man dare to even out your dusty lips to talk to us about standards, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't want no standards. Standards a word that can't get no love from me. Again, on the passenger side and Ødegaard side, trying to holler at me. No, bro. No. You lot want the scrubs, bro. You man can't hold that. I'm not hearing any talk about standards from that section of the fan base. I'm not hearing any of it. We have been calling it out for a time, and now you man want to dare talk about like you man got standards. You man got standards, yeah? Nah. Do you know what I'm saying? Nah. We're not hearing it. We're not hearing it, bro.
You know, where we stunk up the pitch. Liverpool at home, shocking. Forest, shocking. Here, shocking again against United. Zubimendi for the mistake, bro. Again, fam. We saw it against Tottenham. What happened? Taking too long, dilly-dallying, and it is what it is. Guys are gonna come at me for saying he's the sign of the season, bro. These things happen. But, bro, not against United. Dropping points to these teams, like, bro, we are literally at home. Yes, I understand that we've played 4, you get me, away games in 4 different competitions. The first team to ever do that, broskies. Yes, our players can be a little tired from that, fam. But have standards, G. Have flipping standards, bro.
Have standards. Well, your lot standards was justifying Arsenal dropping points to newly promoted Sunderland. Standards. Yeah. You lot were, when City dropped points, you man accepted us dropping points to Nottingham Forest. Standards. Dropping points to Liverpool. Standards. Yeah. Stinking it out against Bournemouth. Standards. Yeah, stinking it out against Brighton, standards. Stinking it out against Everton, standards. Celebrating 2 own goals against Wolves, standards. Yeah, that's you, man, standards. So when you man want to talk about standards, you get the fuck out of here with that standard talk, bro. When you talk about standards, bro, you man accept the bare minimum from this team, and you wanna do the who loves soda? I love soda. And do it. And now you want to talk about standards, bro. I ain't hearing none of it, bro. I'm not hearing none of it. You know what I'm saying? Big up, man. Big up Matty in the chat, bro. Big up Matty in the chat. Let's continue, bro.
What the flip was that? Taking so long to do anything and everything, fam. Where's the urgency? Fudge. Well,
where's the urgency? Well, why do we need urgency? We've got dark hearts. We've got set pieces. Huh? We've got the best defense in Europe. What urgency? You man didn't want free-flowing attacking football and kill the game off. You man were celebrating set piece, ole. Now you want to talk about standards and being direct. Man, you man are confused, bro. You man are actually mentally confused, bro. How can you preach and justify and gas something out, and now all of a sudden you man got amnesia? No, it don't work like that. Don't work like that. Yeah, practice what you preach. Get behind your team. Get behind your squad. Get behind your manager. We're not hearing any of that talk about standards. How dare you mention standards when you man have been accepting 6 years of BS, bro? Let's go.
In attack, my word. Our attack in the Premier League has been atrocious as of recent, bro. Like, bro, what are we doing? How many times do we have to see a front three of no pace to tell Arteta maybe put someone with pace on, i.e. Madueke starting on the left or Saka starting on the left with Madueke on the right, or Martin?
Now we need our attack to be ticking. But when we were talking and telling you, man, we're not going to be able to consistently not drop points and get the 3 points with set pieces, you man didn't want to listen. Now man are talking about, we need the attack flowing. We need the attack to be ticking. We've been telling you about Saka all season. You called us racist. We've been telling you about Gyökeres and Jesus. You man said, just back the boys. We've been telling you about the so-called finishers in Martinelli and Trossard. You man said, we're just being negative and we just want something to complain about, to talk for the rivals. So why are you complaining about the attack now? Back the boys, back the process, back the finishers off the bench, yeah? And back the process, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Best defense in Europe.
And then he's starting like, bro, we were terrible attacking-wise, man. Like, we couldn't do anything. And it's like, we have obviously the best defense in the league, right? But if our defense is trying their best and the attackers aren't going to do anything, it's going to come back to bite us eventually. 3 goals conceded, man. And we scored 2 jammy flipping goals, bro. Like, what are we going to do here? Like, what's the meth? What's the next step, bro? How do we make our attack play better, bro? I've already put a suggestion of playing Madueke, bro. And Trossard in and out sometimes, you get me? But just give the option of some pace in the flipping attack, bro. It's dry. It's so flipping dry. Let me know if I'm going crazy, bro, but definitely my head is hot after this day, bro.
5 things we learned from Arsenal to Manchester United 3. 1. Fair play, Man United. Sometimes in football, you have to hold your hands up and give the opposition their flowers. Man United are miles better than us today. Far more threatening going forwards, with more urgency to go and win the game. 2. Do better, Arteta. With a
No, hold on. Sometimes you got to give the opposition some praise, but sometimes you need to come off the internet, or if you're gonna stay on the internet, you got to start chatting facts. How about that, Babs? Sometimes you got to stop doing this twerking for Arsenal fans that are delusional and actually talk the facts. How about that? How about that? Because you're part of the problem. You're a massive part of the problem. 5 things we've learned about Arsenal. Bro, I've been calling out every single bullshit that you're kind of come out with right now. I've been calling it from the start of the season. But you've been gassing it. Arsenal's new secret attack. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happened to all of that? Arsenal are unbelievable this season. And they're going to win the quadruple. Quadruple charge. You're the same guy that told us quadruple charge. Don't think we forget. What happened to quadruple charge? What happened to quadruple charge, bro? Nah, we're not hearing it. What are you talking about? Man thinks he's one of the guys from the Yin Yang Twins, bro, doing the whisper song. Wait till you see ma. Wait till you see ma. Trying to do the whisper song. What are you doing, bro? Huh? Now you want to call out the team. Now you want to call out the manager. Now you want to say we got to do better. You got to do better, bro. That do-rag is tight way too hard. It's stopping the circulation, bro, to the top of your head, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need to loosen it up. Let it breathe. Let it breathe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, man ain't going to talk to me about, but maybe sometimes you just got to give credit. Got to give credit. Put some bass in your voice, bro. Put some bass in your voice, bro. As your ball's not dropped. Put some bass in your voice, bro. What's this? Man's talking, man's whispering on the thing. Oh my God. Like he ain't gone through puberty, bro. Put some bass in your voice. You have bass in your voice when you're telling us, go triple charge. Go triple charge. Let your nuts hang. Pause. Let your nuts hang, because you man were letting your nuts hang telling us about this process. Let your nuts hang, bro. I don't know why you men are now whispering. Oh my God, I don't know. I got one pubic hair. I don't know when my ball's gonna drop. No. I need to hear the bass in you lot's voice. Because you man be talking bukari all season, bro. Now I want to talk about what we're talking about. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that round here.
Manchester United 3. 1 fair play, Man United. Sometimes in football, you have to hold your hands up and give the opposition their flowers. Man United are miles better than us today. Far more threatening going forwards. With more urgency to go and win the game. 2. Do better, Arteta. With a near fully fit...
Do better, Arteta. Oh, with the way we was getting dominated in the midfield. But this whole thing sounds gay, bro. I'm not even going to lie. I'll just be real. The whole way, who covers football? Who actually talks about football and goes, oh my God, the way we got dominated in the midfield, it was unbelievable. Who talks like that? Who talks like that? Put some bass in your voice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue, bro.
Squad, there was no excuse not to win today. But after 2 0-0 draws in a row, today only creating 0.37 XG from open play, it's not like we don't have creative players, so why isn't it working? 3. Disgraceful intensity. 57% possession.
Disgraceful intensity. Oh my God, the intensity. Oh my God. There was no intensity in the attack. Bro, what is this? What is this, bro? I told you. These men are special. They're special. They went on a special bus. You know the Magic School Bus back in the day? On the Magic School Bus. This is what these men were on, bro. The Magic School Bus. Oh my God. Let me get low. You know what I'm saying? Man's doing the whole yin yang twin, bro. Let me get low, get low, get low, get low. From the window to Arteta's balls. His balls. And then he's gonna keep sucking these balls. Oh, these phases calls. Oh, ski. Oh, to the What is this? Get low, get low, get low, get low. What is this, bro? Huh? Just say the truth, bro. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Man, do a little John, bro. To the window, to the wall. You know what I mean? Lemon juice is all down my balls. What is this, bro? I'm talking bullshit, bro. And this is why I don't respect these men. And I let them know I don't respect you. You're a liar. You're a hypocrite. You've already exposed yourself by saying, I only do it because it's my job. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about this is my job, your job's like, bro, maybe your job, you need to do another job. Maybe go to Soho. There's good jobs over there for you. You'll enjoy it over there. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about the pressure and the attack and the intensity. What are you doing, bro? Have some fucking shame, bro. And this is what's missing from this fan base, bro. Shame. They have no shame. And when I cuss you, it's because I don't respect you. I don't respect what you're saying. I don't respect what you stand on. You man stand on nothing, bro. You man say whatever to get your pockets. But it's my job. Let's talk about the intensity. What the hell is that? I've never in my life heard someone talk about football, and let's talk about football, and strike the ball towards me. Oh my God, the ball hit me in the face. What is that? What is that? This man have no shame. I'm here to bring shame to you, man. I'm here to show you, man, shame. The shame you, man, are trying to escape, because I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this intensity. We're not doing that round here. We don't do that round here. I don't even talk to the things I'm chopping. I don't even talk to them like that. Do you want to come over so I can chop that? Get it low. Get low. Get low. I don't even talk to them like that. I don't even talk to the girl them like that. Man, I'm talking to Arsenal fans like that. And these man think it's good. Oh my God. Oh, smash a like. Smash a like. Man are clowns, bro.
But only one big chance created. I understand that our style of play is to be patient, but as Patrick Vieira said at halftime, there is no risk. There are too many passes going backwards and none going forwards. 4, Ødegaard struggles. Our main attacking midfielder going yet another game without creating a single chance. Not being creative is one thing, but the amount of times he's been bullied off the ball in recent weeks, it's simply not good enough. 5.
It's not good enough, but maybe he's the great spark. Oh, Ødegaard, I love the way he flicks his hair. Do you know what I mean? Ødegaard, grind on me. The spark in the midfield, put your grind on me. Creative spark on me. What happened to all of that? What happened to all the zesty shit you've been saying about Ødegaard? You know what I mean? What happened to get low? You know what I mean? What happened to all of that? No, you're not gassing up Ødegaard now? You're not gassing up the creative spark? Do you know what I'm saying? 5 in the morning, and I am asking Ødegaard with me. Creative spark, baby. Creative spark, baby. 5 in the morning. What happened to all of that? What happened to all the zesty bullshit you man be talking about this guy, bro? Now it's not good enough. Why is it not good enough? Why is it not good enough? Ødegaard's not good enough. What are you talking about? We've been gassing this guy up ever since he's been here. He's never turned up, never won us nothing. And now you man want to talk about it's not good enough. What a waste, man, bro.
Wake-up call. Losing to Manchester United, the Emirates Stadium, for the first time in the Premier League in over 8 years. Conceding 3 goals for the first time in 121 games. Yes, United's goals were quality. Football is a game all about individual brilliance. But my real question is about our creativity. How many more passes are you going to play at the back? Where was the urgency to go and win the game? Draws against Liverpool and Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium. Now our first home defeat of the year against Man United. Being 4 points clear top of the league means that something has been going right. But today was a real slap in the face. For Mikel Arteta and these Arsenal players. Yes, you may be top, but it's time to wake up. Don't get too comfortable. And prove to the world that you have the ball to bounce back.
Today was a slap in the face. This whole thing sounds mad. I can't even lie. Let's continue. We win against who we got? I don't even know who we got. Carabao. I don't even know who we got. What's our next team that we got now? I'm so disinterested. The next team we got, we'll slap them up and they'll all be, oh my God, Arsenal bounced back. Oh, the way that Arsenal bounced back. It was like a slap in my face. Don't worry, he'll be back to glazing this team real soon. Don't worry. Watch the next win. He'll be glazing it. Let's continue.
At the end of the day, Rob, choked. You know, and I'll tell you why we choked, because we went 1-0 up. And that is where you got to look at players, and I'm looking at the players, embrace the pressure that comes with it. And then from that minute we scored that first goal, went 1-0 up. We done everything wrong. We give the ball away. They weren't even pressing, Rob. They was not even pressing, and we give the ball away. So I know that Superman is going to get the blame for it, but there's other players that need to be looking at themselves as well. Then you go 1-0, that was 1-1. Then they score a fantastic finish again to make it 2-1. And then you're looking for it. And I'm going to say this now, I don't care what anybody says, you know, I'm an Ødegaard fan. 57 minutes, you're taking your captain off.
Again.
You've got to be looking for leaders. Where are the leaders? If your captain is being taken off after 55 minutes, you need leaders. You need men that are going to go to war. And I'm afraid that we didn't. And then
well, when we have a system that depends on the manager and everything's robotic, the leader's supposed to be the manager. When you have a robotic team that have to play in certain spaces in the pitch, that don't have freedom, that are not allowed to go and express themselves, you know who has to be the star boy? You know who has to be the leader? You know who has to be the difference maker? The manager. Normally, managers, if they're going to have these rigid systems, they're the ones that do the thinking, and the players are just the pawns. The problem is, this manager is a fraud. He's not a tactician, yeah? And he's not good enough when it comes to figuring games and figuring teams out with his in-game management. And this is what you get. This is then what you get. You get this because he's a good coach, not a great or amazing tactician. Arteta's not a tactician. He's not a tactician.
We went 2-1 down. We then get it back to 2-2 from a set piece. It was the only way we was going to score. And then you go, all right, Super Mikel, like when we play Liverpool. If we ain't going to win it, let's not lose it. And exactly that, take the point. As bad as it was, take the point.
That was a disgusting, disgraceful display. And
Big up every single time to Robbie's daughter. I bet you any money she's talking facts. Because every single time I hear this girl, she's talking facts. So big up to her. She's one of the few on AFTV talking the facts. And to be fair, judges, I agree with everything he said anyway.
Exactly that, take the point. As bad as it was, take the point.
that was a disgusting, disgraceful display. And I think all of those players need to come out and apologise to fans that have been getting behind them every single game. Is that how you go and show yourself? Genuinely. That is honestly.
As bad as that, yeah?
Yeah, it is. It is. We're going to win.
Maybe I'm being a bit kind.
We're trying to win the league. I'm sat here trying to remember good moments in that game. We sat there with Cecil at half time and I said, yo, that last 10 minutes, what is that?
So how do you explain the drop-off? Because you agree with me, right?
Yeah.
We started well, didn't we?
We started off
I mean,
well.
at certain points in the first half, we were registering 70-odd% possession. I know what people are going to say, yeah, but, you know, we didn't create enough. We did have shots, but we seem to be in control. So how do we go from that, going 1-0 up, to then losing a game 3-2?
It's a theme, isn't it? We started off well against Forest. How did that end? Not a win. We started off well against Liverpool. How did that end? Not a flipping win. 3 points. Just go and get it. And I just think that performance today, every single player, that midfield today, that's a midfield that I've spoken about so many times and said that's one of the best midfields in the world. Not a single one of them today deserve any type of praise. Zubimendi, that is the worst performance I have ever seen of him in an Arsenal shirt.
What was he doing?
Absolutely disgraceful. Played in, just assisted Mbeumo, said, here mate, have your 50th goal. It's cool. Have one on us. What are you doing? We're in complete control of the game and you literally just passed it into him. What are you doing? I mean, I've seen, and I said to us, we've seen this before. You do it against Spurs, we're 2-0 up. We're 3-0 up and we're cruising. Oh yeah, I'm just going to pass it to Richarlison and you just go lob the keeper. What is that?
What did I say about Robbie's daughter? She knows what she's talking about, bro. She ain't here for the BS. You know why? She's a woman, bro. Women will keep you accountable. Try to tell a woman about process, bro. Whenever the process is supposed to end, yeah, if you don't reach the target, she's gone. You know what I'm saying? Big up to her, because every single time I hear her fan cams, yeah, she's talking facts. Every time. Zubimendi's been rubbish for time. He's been rubbish since he's got here. Inconsistent, not good enough. Stressing out Declan Rice. That's why Declan Rice has been shouting at him, getting mad at him. Doesn't help out the defense. Going forward, doesn't offer enough. Sideways, backwards passing. This is the same old story. I told man there's nothing different this season about Arsenal. There's nothing different. We're doing nothing differently. If there was something different to our game, why don't we change up? All we do is subs for subs' sake. Rubbish. This manager's a fraud. And everything she said, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. Big up to her. Big up to her. And I hope she keeps keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I hope she keeps keeping it real. Let's continue.
To me, bro. I swear down the love I have for them, they just hurt me and embarrass me each time. That performance, man, we just crumbled.
What went wrong though? Because would you agree with me, like for the first 20, maybe 25 minutes, we were looking good, we were looking aggressive, we were looking positive. We got the goal. I mean, okay, you can argue it's very fortunate. It was an own goal in the end of Lisandro Martinez. But we fully deserved to go a goal in top, in my opinion. And then for some reason, the energy just drained out of the team. How do you explain that?
We just got complacent. We started just passing backwards, not just taking our chances, just going.
We've been getting complacent for time. We got complacent in multiple games. We've been getting complacent. We've been only turning up for 45 minutes. I've been calling it. Now these men want to talk about it. I've been calling out that Arsenal have only been playing for 45 minutes, either the first half or the second half. What happens? Oh yeah, it catches up to you. I told you, man. But you man didn't want to listen. Now hold that.
for it. Just if there's opportunity, just whip the ball into it, just whip it, test the keeper, and then we just start back pass, and then Saliba, I don't know what the heck. Saliba just like as if he just farted and slid over, and then
no, but Zubimendi gifted him the goal.
Then Zubimendi done the pass, but at the same time, I just don't think Saliba was in that form either, man. And then Zubimendi, one of our best passes, that has a great vision, then decides to give a through ball.
This could be a big turning point in the title race.
One of our best passes based on what? One of our best passes based on what? Based on if you lot gassing him. He ain't done nothing to show that he's a great passer of the ball. But let's continue. This is a massive breaking point in the season, really. Just get behind the boys.
I think Saliba was in that form either, man. And then Zubimendi, one of our best passes, that has a great vision, then decides to give a through ball.
This could be a big turning point in the title race, and it's been a common theme this season where we get a goal and then we just sit back, we invite pressure, we don't capitalise, we don't go and kill games, and we did that again today. You say we looked really good in the first 20 minutes. We go 1-0 up. I wouldn't say really good. I think we looked dangerous. I think Saka on the right hand side especially looked dangerous going forward. Trossard had some moments. Jesus wasn't particularly in the game, but I feel like we went 1-0 up, we got the goal, and then we just invited pressure, and it was coming before that. Saliba had that moment where he doesn't realise Bruno Fernandes is there, then makes a good challenge and gets the blocking. But after that moment, it just seemed like there was one team in that game, and it was Manchester United. And then
But you lot don't call this out when we get the result, though. You know what I'm saying? You lot don't say this when we get the result, because had we got the win, played the same way, you guys would justify this performance. And this is why this fan base always gets egg in its face, because you man think, oh, okay, because you got the result, it means it's a good performance. Don't complain. Just glaze over the performance and say, oh, okay, well, it's okay. The only reason these men are complaining is because we dropped points, bro. Had we have picked up the points, we've been playing like this for months now, and none of these men have been calling it out. But now that we drop points, now we have to talk about it. This is what I'm saying, man. And this is why this fan base, this is why Rant says the Arsenal train is never late. The fan base don't learn, this football club don't learn, and this manager doesn't learn. And that is why history repeats itself. Absolutely shambolic. And now these men want to talk about performances. You want to talk about performances when it's too late, when we've already dropped the points. Ridiculous. You man weren't talking about performances when we're getting draws, bro. Absolutely pathetic. Let's continue.
Mendy, what are you doing? What are you doing? It reminded me of Tomiyasu against Man City. I don't know if you remember in the title race 22-23 when he gives the ball to Kevin De Bruyne, who goes and scores and we lose 3-1. A very, very similar feeling today to that moment, where we essentially that was the day that year I knew the title was gone. Look, I'm not saying the title was gone now, but this could be a big turning point in the title race. And
really, why are you not believing though? Like it's still early in the season. There's still a lot of games. We're still top of the league. What happened to all of this? Top of the league. Look at all the stats. Look at the heat map. Look at we got the best defense. Best defense. What's the point of having a great defense if you got a dead attack? We sacrifice our attack to be good in defense because everybody's behind the ball. And even then, we've been getting cooked. I told, man, against Inter Milan, yeah, the chances that Thuram had, the chances that Martinez had, if they were more on it, if they were better finishers, we would have drawn that game against Inter. Oh, it doesn't matter, but we beat them 3-1. Well, I told you the signs that our defense has been getting got at. Our defense has been got opened up this season, bro. Chelsea, look at the way we switched off against Chelsea in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup to allow Garnacho to score 2 goals. Our defense has not been that great lately. It hasn't. It is a very good defense. But guess what? This is what happens when you got a defense, yeah, that you rely on having to have 9 and 10 out of 10 performances, and you got an attack that won't save you. And then you rely on an inconsistent set piece that you think is going to get you over the line. They will run dry. They will run dry. But man didn't want to listen. Okay, no problem. No problem. You man are sounding like me. You man are sounding hella negative right now. I don't know why. I don't know why you lot ain't trusting the process. Still a lot of the season to go.
I've seen it time and time again this season. Go and win the game. We've been unbeaten here all season. And then we've let them come in here and walk all over us.
But are you starting to get nervous?
No, it's not that.
Right, because, you know, the 7-point gap it's gone down to 4. Last week, you know, if we would have won that game, we would have took it to 9 points. Now, all of a sudden, it's 4 points, and we've got a tricky little game away at Leeds. I mean, I know Leeds are down near the bottom, but they're fighting for their lives. That's a tricky game.
So going to Ellen Road is going to be a tough game. This game today was nothing to do with anything other than desire. Manchester United turned up and they wanted it more. They had more desire. They had more guile, bite, influence. They were well organised. They were structured. They took their chances. And you know what? They could have been 2 up pretty quickly. What is this about when we go 1-0 up? You go 1-0 up, and then you put 11 men behind the ball. Do you think we are Burnley?
What? Am I hearing this correctly? What is this when we go 1-0 up and we sit back? You man weren't complaining when we did that against Chelsea, when we did that against Sunderland. You man weren't complaining about this all season. Now you man want to be complaining. Now you man want to be complaining about the exact same thing that you man have been gassing up. You've been gassing up the way we play. You've been gassing up singing set piece all and now you're talking about what is this? You've been seeing this for the last 3 seasons, and now you want to be calling it out saying, oh, what is this that we sit back after we go 1-0 up? He's been doing this. So, do you know what? I'm actually going to slightly defend Arteta a little bit. You, man, showed Arteta that you were happy with this football. So how dare you now call it out? He ain't just started to play this stinky, defensive, dead football. You, man, have been praising this for the last 3 years. So how dare you now sit there and say, oh, what are we, Burnley? Well, what about when we told you, lot, we don't like the way we were playing 3 seasons ago? And you, man, said, yeah, but look at, oh, my days. Oh, but we're top of the league. Oh, but this, but that. Now you want to talk about the way that we play football. Now you want to call it out. These man, the nerve to now try and call out the way the manager played when you've been glazing it the whole time. You've been glazing it the whole time. Now you want to call it out. Now I'm telling you right now, Phil Mitchell, get down to the Queen Vic and have yourself a pint, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go to the slot machine, go to the fruit machine, put yourself a £1. You know what I'm saying? Do a little quick roulette. You know what I'm saying? How dare these men think that we're stupid? You have been gassing this up. Now all of a sudden it's a problem, the way we play football. Oh, it's not like we didn't tell you, but you man didn't want to listen.
Go and attack them, go and take the game by the... I'd rather lose the game by going at them and conceding you know, unfortunate goals than going 1-0 up and then watching this whole team sit behind and trying to absorb pressure. Listen, you're going to get caught.
Now you're going to get caught. But there were people that have been calling this out. Some of us have been calling this out. Now man want to talk about it. Now man want to have conversations. That's what I'm saying about this. This is why I just bide my time with this fan base, because they don't learn. They're ignorant to listening to anybody else's opinion. They think they want to close you down as soon as you make great points, and then they start sounding like us. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know why these managers not just trusting the process. It's only one game. Let's continue.
Which I still will, and I still do. Like, I cannot ignore this. You know, people, I can't come out after this and back us and say, but look at, this is a big opportunity tonight, yeah, to stay 7 points clear after City have done the job, Villa have done the job. You're playing against Man United, who, yeah, they're confident right now. If there was ever a bad time to play United recently, it's right now. But you can't lose this game at all. You just can't. You have to beat United at home. I don't care what version of United it is. It's a damning loss, man. And you know what? On the performance today, we weren't good enough. United were better. They deserve the win.
We can't ignore this. You've been ignoring it all season. I've been on a panel with you this season. You've been ignoring it. Smirking, laughing, giggling, sniggering. Oh, you man are just so negative. Oh, what are you saying now, bro? What are you saying now, Lord Farquhar? What are you telling me now, Roland Keaton? What are you telling me now, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? How deep's the process? The process. How deep's Mikel's process? I really need to know, 'cause we're sitting back like a bunch of fools that are breaking us down. And Buemo is what we need. But you preached Jesus to me. Your crazy believe in you. You know what I'm saying? What happened then? What happened then, Roland Keaton? How deep is your love? Take that, bro. Man can take that like Roland Keaton. You can take that. Man was smirking, giggling, sniggering, cutting me up, cutting flipping Lee up. Now what you telling me? Now what you telling me? Do you know what I'm saying? Now you sat there in AFTV looking like IB for final boss, looking crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Sounding just like me, sounding just like Lee. Do you know what I'm saying? Chrissy, can't you see? This process is not for me. What's Mumsy? I'm cooking right now. Hold on, let me quickly. Hola, mama. Yeah, tô trabalhar. I'll call you back. I just need to keep cooking these guys because they've been talking rubbish. Yeah? No worries. Pá. Vais para o hospital por quê? Depois eu te ligo então. Okay. All right, mom. Bye. My mum laughed and she said, yeah, keep cooking. Yeah, I'm saying big up Mumsy. Mumsy already knows. She said, yeah, let them have it. Mumsy already said yes. So I don't care what no one's telling me. Mumsy said yes, keep cooking. Yeah, I'm saying my mum laughed. I said, yo, mum, I'm cooking them. She laughed. She said, what, they bottling it again? Yeah, I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Mumsy already knows what time it is. Mum don't even watch ball. She already knows what time. She's tired of it.
Let's come out and say anything to do with referees, anything to do with whatever. It was on us, on the players. If people want to talk about Arteta and mentality, they can, fine. It's just, it feels like a dark day. It is a dark day, man.
It's a dark day, of course it is. Anytime you lose against Man United.
It's a dark day. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a dark day. It's been a dark 21 years, bro. And you man are only waking up. Now it's a dark day. Now it's a dark day. You man don't sound like you're believing. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on, but let's continue.
It's going to be a dark day. This one burns. I'll be honest, this one burns. I was annoyed at Nottingham Forest. Very annoyed. I think I was more annoyed than most fans. And I thought, we didn't capitalise because there's games like this can happen. I said, would a draw be a bad result? We didn't even draw the game. We lost the game, which makes it even worse. The reason I said there's a draw bad results because Man City have to go to Northside Stadium and Anfield. So I was like, you know what? You might have to get a bit of breathing room in those games. But now I'm looking at this and saying it's embarrassing. The performance wasn't good enough.
Now it's embarrassing. It's funny how now it's embarrassing. But for the last 6 years, just believe. Get behind the boys, just believe. But now it's embarrassing. Why does it always have to take this for people to start waking up? And I bet you any money. Who's our next game? Let me just quickly check. Who's our next game before we continue? Who's our next game? All right, Kairat. We got Kairat. We'll smack up Kairat. These men will get giddy. Leeds, they're fighting for their life. If we beat them, they'll get giddy again. Oh, then we got Chelsea again. Oh, yeah, we let them back into the tie, didn't we? Because this amazing defense couldn't defend against Garnacho. So if we bottle that, what's man telling me? It's only a goal between us. It's only a goal difference. But don't worry, keep trusting the process. It's okay. Because once we get a win, all of this will get forgotten. I've seen this so many times. I'm actually sick and tired of it. Let's continue.
Good enough.
Full time, and it's Arsenal 2, Manchester United 3. They haven't even got a manager. I don't even know what to say about today. You know what? At the end of the day, today's a terrible result. You're playing a team that finished 15th place last season, but if we'd at least picked up some points against Nottingham Forest last week, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, this is just an absolute disaster now. We've got Kairat midweek. The Arsenal social media team's already banging on about, a chance to turn a page. Give it a rest. That was absolutely dreadful. Cunha, the man we should have signed, wrapping it into the bottom corner with a great finish. This was a player that should have been playing for Arsenal. We shouldn't have signed him in the summer. We should have signed him last January. Those are the type of signings that would have got us over the line even last season, maybe. But whatever, man. It is what it is. What can you even say? We've lost to Manchester United. To be honest, I say it is what it is. It's not what it is. Not what it is. It should be way better than that. That is not what it is. From head to toe, man. My head's gone. Not good enough, man. Long story short, it's just not good enough. Defenders, how we conceded? We haven't conceded 3 goals in over 2 years. And today we've conceded 3 to a team that finished 15th place last season. I literally, in case you can't tell, I don't even know what to say. I fully don't even know what to say. Declan Rice, not good enough today. Ødegaard, not good enough today. Zubamendi, not good enough today. Saka, any danger of you putting the ball in the back of the net at any point? Trossard, nothing today. Gabriel Jesus, I was actually optimistic when I saw him on the line. I thought he might, you know what I'm saying, pull off a goal like he did a few years ago, but even him, nothing to offer. So, yeah, we move on to Kairat in the midweek. We're obviously going to batter them, but it's all about next weekend against Leeds. And that's not going to be an easy game either, by the way. So, yeah, make sure it's 3 points there. That's the best we can do, really. But today, yeah, nowhere near good enough. Absolutely crap.
Reality is hitting. This is why it's best to just keep it honest and just say what it is, innit? This is why it's best to just keep it honest. Let's continue.
Confusing, man. There's a compilation of Saka's 1v1s this season going around on social media, and he's just like, bro, I don't know what's going on. Saka had a lot of pace when he was younger, but as he's growing, it seems he's prioritized the strength, you know, being able to.
This is racist. This is absolutely racist. How dare you criticize Starboy for his performances this season? Yeah, this is racist. This is racially charged. This is racist to me. Isn't that what you lot say? Now you might want to talk about Saka's performances now we're allowed to. The absolute shamelessness of this fan base is on. It's Super Saiyan God mode. I can't lie. It's actually Super Saiyan God mode levels, bro. The way they now want to talk about Ødegaard, now all of a sudden it's okay to talk about Saka. It's not racist anymore. But it was racist before. It was racist before. But now it's okay. It's crazy. The same fans that will criticize Jackson from Chelsea, that's not racist. They can criticize Madueke, that's not racist. What other black players have they criticized? That's not racist. Do you know what I'm saying? Nketiah, that wasn't racist. Reece Nelson, that wasn't racist. But they've been telling us it's been racist to criticize Saka. Racist. When we had Sonogo, the postman, was it racist for us to criticize him? Was it racist? You, man, don't stick to what you preach. You don't stick to what you preach at all. It is not racist to criticize a player. It doesn't matter what ethnicity. I'm talking about your ball performance with the way you perform on the pitch. But now all of a sudden, it's okay. We can criticize Saka. It's not racist anymore. They've lifted the racist card and we can... What kind of nonsense is this, bro? Yeah, I mean, Sterling, another one. You know what I'm saying? But when it was Starboy, can't talk about him. Can't talk about him. I don't give a fuck if Saka ever hears my criticism of him. I don't give a shit, bro. When you accept that 300k a week and you're putting out these stinky performances, you're getting cussed, bro. Nobody in this team, yeah, is free from criticism. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I like Gabriel and Saliba. Guess what? Phil and Lil from the Rugrats, both of them got cussed yesterday. I don't care. Man like Ant and Dec, that's what they look like. Ant and Dec Saturday night takeaway. That's the performance I got at the back. Are you dumb? A man talk about racism. So what is this then? Since you lot are the man that came out with this racist. So what's this then? I thought you're not allowed to criticize Starboy. Fuck all this shit about Starboy, bro. This guy technically can't even see Balassi, bro. Let's keep it real. Saka can't see Balassi, bro. And I'm going to Balassi because people don't put Balassi up there. They put him up there in the championship. When they come to the league, Balassi was cold. This guy can't technically see Balassi. This guy's not on the level of a Hazard or Alexis Sanchez. Who the fuck is this guy that I can't criticize, bro? This guy's nowhere near the level of Neymar. This guy can't lace up Robin and Ribery's shoes. Who is Saka that I cannot criticize this guy, bro? Are you mad? Are you stupid, bro? But man, talk about Saka like I can't say fuck all of that. You play shit, you're getting it. I don't care. You're getting it, bro. I don't care who you are, what ethnicity. I do not care, bro. You're representing my club. You better perform, bro. Balassi is levels above this guy. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. And I don't think Saka shit before people will turn that. Oh my God, Northside saying Saka shit. I ain't saying Saka shit. But he's not the level you gas him to be. He's not that guy. And let's be real, he's not even Rafinha level. And I ain't saying Rafinha shit. I'm just saying, I put Yamal above Rafinha. He ain't Rafinha level. And that's just the facts. This guy's done nothing to prove that he's world class. Is he a very good player? Yes, Saka is a very good player when he's on it. Bro, Elise is better. Facts. Elise is better than Saka. What? I have to gas it because he plays for Arsenal? Get the fuck out of here. If I have to gas a player because he plays for Arsenal, why do these men want Trossard and Martinelli out? Because there's a lot of Arsenal players that man have wanted out. What is this? I rate the player based on what you do, bro. What are you talking about? You man made it so we can't criticize Saka He's getting cooked. I don't care. That Villalago slim fast flipping Kodak Black is getting cooked, bro. I don't care. And if man don't like it, then don't watch football, because this is a competitive sport. You will get criticized if you don't perform, and Saka's been shit. He don't deserve that new contract, and that's the facts. You man are just scared because you know the club ain't gonna replace him because we got Madueke there. Another one that you man trying to gas. Oh, he's direct. Well, he's got legs, don't he? He's got legs. Last time I checked, he got legs. What I'm talking about. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I'm tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of the hypocrisy. I'm tired of all the bro. Yeah, and Mbeumo is better than Saka too. That's what I'm talking about. What's this guy done to warrant this status of that we can't criticize? What? Who the fuck are you, bro? Who the fuck are you that I can't criticize you? Talking about. I'm even tempted to put Theo Walcott above you. And we were looking at Walcott back in the day like, yo, Walcott ain't even all that. Because right now, the last 2 seasons and performances from Saka have been shit. They have been shit. I don't care. I'm calling it out. Because Arsenal fans are very quick to say, oh, Cole Palmer ain't been on it. Yeah, that's cool. Cole Palmer ain't been on it. Neither has Saka. Let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy, innit? Sick and tired of it. Let's continue.
Beat people with his strength. In that case, he got slower, in my opinion. But if you look through the way he beats players 1v1 this season, bro, you think it's pace, bruv. But it's not. I don't think it is, you know. He doesn't do too many skills. He doesn't do the ball rolls, the step overs 24/7. There's some of that here, but it's not most of the time like that, bro. He's normally beating people, as you can see in this example right here, on the outside. I just don't get it, bro. If I say the player that I'm thinking of right now, bro, because this player I'm thinking of wasn't known to be super fast, bro, but he still goes past you, bro. It's a certain Argentinian. The person I'm thinking of is obviously miles clear of dribbling than Saka, bro. He's just the first person that came into my head. But it's the similarity in the sense of the pace isn't there, but they will still beat you anywhere, inside or out. Let me know what you think, man. If you ain't seen the compilation, go.
I feel sick to my stomach. Honestly, Manchester United fans, you guys should be happy with your team. Arsenal, you guys let me down. I'm very disappointed.
Ødegaard, they've let you down for the last 6 years, bro. This ain't nothing new. But remember, I don't know why you're complaining, because I remember you saying, Ødegaard, you don't like to be that type of fan. You like to be a positive fan. Get behind the boys, bro. Trust the process. You know what I mean? Trust the process. Let's continue.
They deserve the win today. All I can say is fair play to Michael Carrick, man. 2 times he's played Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. He's beaten them both times. And his first 2 games since taking charge of Manchester United. Manchester City and Aston Villa are now only 4 points behind us after this defeat. And we also lost at home, losing our home winning streak, conceded 3 goals, losing the 3 goals conceded streak, and it just gets worse and worse. The first goal, we give the ball away to Mbeumo after taking the lead. Like, I thought once we took the lead, we're going to go on to win. And it's not like we even scored a proper goal. We scored our own goal, and we also scored a goal from, a corner. I really just wanted us to bury them. I just wanted us to bury them, but we couldn't do it. And I thought going first and scoring first, we'd always win. This is the first time out of 25 games where we've scored first and we've actually ended up losing. And we have.
Well, maybe, Miguel, it's because you look at the result instead of the performance. Maybe that's the problem, Miguel. Maybe that's the problem. And you know what? I'm not going to fully cook him, because you know what? I will say this about Miguel. Big up to you for messaging me about my granddad. Even though I've cooked you bare times, I respect that. So I'm not going to cook you. I'm not going to cook you because I respected that you messaged me and said, sorry, Northside, for your condolences, you know what I mean? And, condolences and sorry for your loss. So I respect, and I've always said this about Ødegaard, yeah? I don't hate Ødegaard personally. I hate your football takes. I hate the fact that you're so stubborn in understanding that this manager's not good enough. That your love, and I do think you do love the club, but your love blinds you to see the reality. Your emotion takes over so much that you don't want to see what's in front of you. That is what frustrates me with you. And I know you watch my channel, and I'm speaking to you directly. You got so much emotion, and I get it. You love the club. I understand that. I'm not asking you to not love the club. You don't have to not love the club. But there comes a point as a man, you have to see things logically, not emotionally. And it's difficult, but you have to. You can't deny what is in front of you. And this guy has been a bottler. Ødegaard, this guy has been a bottler. The performances that we've had this season, we've had a lot more rubbish performance and we had good performances. And you've just looked at it and said, we've got the 3 points. Oh my days. Let me do combined 11s. Let me put this player. Let me put arguments about Arsenal player versus this player. Oh, Arteta's going to get off. You've got nothing, bro. Nothing to base that off factually. That is all hopium and copium. But you seem to think that being a fan means you can't criticize. All your fellow top Gooners, it's been an hour and 13 minutes. All your fellow top Gooners are all criticizing this club the same way I'm criticizing this club. Some of them are even saying if he doesn't get over the line this season, he has to go. There comes a time where enough is enough in anything in life. Enough is enough. Let's continue. You look shell-shocked about this result. I'm not shocked. There's a reason why I'm not shocked.
And secured the win. Every other time we've secured the win. Dorgu after the Man City game said that they're coming for the win here, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought you were being delusional, but fair play, they actually got the win. And Cunha came on as the final substitute and gets the winner, and the guy was surfing in the same spot that Jesse Lingard was doing the Millie Rock. What's concerning is both of the last 2 goals were actually from distance. Is that a weakness of Reyes? We need to figure that out. But the overall performance from the team, like, what was Zubamendi doing today? Horrific performance from him. I look at the attack, I say to myself, both Jesus and Gyökeres really didn't get a sniff. No one else really did anything of note that was solid. It's just more negative than positive. And it's just like, do we want to win this Premier League? Do we want to go run away with it? Because we could have been right now, 13 points clear. But now we find ourselves in a situation where we're only 4 points ahead. I feel sick.
Oh my God! My United just beat Arsenal! Oh my God!
Crazy. They never learn, unfortunately. They never learn. They never want to listen. Well, guess what? This manager doesn't win it this season. He's gone. It's done. No more excuses.
Look at this. This isn't even an attack. This is a missing persons list. Bukayo Saka, 0 goals in all comps in the last 13 games.
Did you hear that? Bukayo Saka, 0 goals in the last 13 games in all comps. World class, they told me. World class. Let's continue.
0 non-penalty goals in 11 games for Victor Gyökeres. Gabriel Martinelli, 0 goals in the last 13 Premier League games. Nani Madueke, 0 on 25. That sounds like a hiatus. You're not even trying. And Leo
Madueke, 0 goals. This is the guy we've decided to keep, and we loaned out Ethan that goes out to Marseille and gets a debut goal. Okay. All right, let's get
it. Had 1 goal in the last 11 games, all comps. 1 singular. Uno. At this point, I'm just scratching my head and I'm asking myself, is it that Arteta can coach an attack, or is he just so married to his principles that, goals are just part of the fun? Everything's always slow, everything's always safe.
They're starting to understand now. You know what I mean? Okay. Now man are starting to understand exactly what we're talking about this attack. You can't coach an attack. But it's crazy that it's taking this long. I get it, that we saw it, 22-23 season, Arteta has the ability to coach an attack. He's choosing not to. I'm not going to say that Arteta, because you see me, I'm not going to argue with facts. Factually, Arteta got us attacking really well 22-23 season. He's decided to go away from that. He's decided, because factually, he had us cooking in terms of our attack, 22-23. He's decided not to. He's gone away from that, and since then, he's been a coward. He don't want to go for it. He don't want to kill off the games. He's decided to do this. So he can get the smoke for it. He can get the smoke. He can coach it. He's deciding not to do it.
It has to be perfect before Arsenal decide to pull the trigger. Something needs to change ASAP, because you're not going to win a league title like this. Not like this.
I don't know how to feel, bro. Moms, I don't know how to feel. Angry, upset, disappointed, let down. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Man Manchester United, out of all teams, to take away our unbeaten record at home, making sense to me, bro. Into the same team, lost to flipping Grimsby, blood. Do you know, in fact, yo, let me hold it there. Let me put it on the pause. Let me put on that real quick card. First things first, let me give respect. Respect is due. Manchester United, yo, ever since you got rid of that deadbeat manager Ruben Amorim, man said you just blitzed up flicking Man City. You do this to us at the Emirates. Fair play. I'm a realist. I give respect. Respect is due and fair play, bro. Obviously, so Mendy, that's where the game was lost there, bro. You know? Title ratio. Mistake. Patrick Dawg. Think about what a piece of play and what a finish.
Look at the fan base, bro. Look at the fan base. Look at the people that told us to believe, to trust, to get behind the boys. Look at the state of the fan base right now. Look at the state of the fan base, bro. Look. These people were giddy not that long ago. I just bide my time because everything I say is my genuine, honest take on this club. I'm not lying. I'm not pretending. I'm not trying to do something just for the clicks. I say what I genuinely believe, and it doesn't change until I factually see something different. Now all of these men are trembling, putting sad music on, putting Titanic music on. It's crazy.
This brother, underrated now. He's mad. And Cunha, yo, even as an Arsenal fan, fair play. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I go in after we just equalise and them take that, I said, you know what? Fair play. Give them the win. We are not good enough, bro. We are not good enough. And even there, on the basis of Arsenal not being good enough, the question is.
Not good enough. A team that's going for the treble is not good enough, yeah? Is that what man are telling me now? Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. A team that's going to do the quadruple charge. Quadruple charge, they told me. Let's continue.
Disgrace. That is a shocking performance. All you can hear now is the United fans, those away fans, fair play to them. They've just had an unbelievable experience. I mean, the opening half an hour, it was all right. It was kind of normal, prodding and probing, trying to break the team down. We make the breakthrough, and then it was like, we just...
Up on this one. This one's a short one. Hold on. Let me get this one. Hold on. There we go.
Disgrace. That is a shocking performance. All you can hear now is the United fans, those away fans, fair play to them. They've just had an unbelievable experience. I mean, the opening half an hour, it was all right. It was kind of normal, prodding and probing, trying to break the team down. We make the breakthrough, and then it was like, we just capitulated. We completely took our foot off the gas. We let them back into the game. We give them a goal. And from that point on, from minute 30 onwards, it was absolutely shambolic. That is not the performance of a team that wants or is capable of winning this league title. They've scored two absolute worldies, right? And at some point, you have to say, fair enough, you score two worldies like that, you're going to win a game. But from us, that 30 seconds after we equalised, which, by the way, again, you know, it's a set piece, was scrambled over. We equalised. Then suddenly there's some intensity. That 30-second period, it was like, oh, right, we're actually up for this. And then we can see another worldie. And at that point, I mean, it's shocking. Quadruple sub before the hour mark tells you what Arteta thought of the performance. Does that mean he got it wrong, though? And also, those subs made very little difference to the game anyway. We're in a bad place. 3 Premier League games without a win. All the opportunities to put our foot on the throats of Villa and City. Villa, by the way, winning away at Newcastle today. And we've completely failed. 2 points out of a possible 9. That's awful. That's an absolute...
2 points of a possible 9. This is the same guy that made himself a YouTube channel sucking off this manager. Now you want to call it out. Like we ain't seen you been glazing this manager from time, bro. Glazing this manager, glazing this process, glazing the way we play football, glazing these players. Man's already hit 30K in a short amount of time. I told you, glaze this team, glaze this club, you'll grow quick. You know what I'm saying? And now man wants to sit there and start calling out what we're doing. And we're in a dark place. You ain't been saying we're in a dark place when we've been getting away with it. You man are the biggest hypocrites I've ever seen in my life, bro. in my life. Surely this is a time where you say, no, back the process. Just stick to your own guns. Stick to your guns. I don't know why you men are complaining. I really don't. I really don't. Because you men have been preaching to us that's glazing the rivals, bro. Every season, same old rubbish. Every season. I've been calling out Zubimendi in that midfield for time, bro. Weeks and months ago, I've been calling out Zubimendi. Nothing changed. All of us here sat here said, yo, yeah, I'm saying the link is out there for anyone that does want to jump on, have their say. Camera and mic on if you do want to jump on and have your say. I've been saying for the longest, Ødegaard will walk back into this team. We all called it. All of us called it. And what happened? Oh, yeah. Ødegaard comes back. Ødegaard gets back into the team. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. And I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I'm sick and tired of it. I've been saying that Zubimendi ain't good enough. Now man understand what I'm talking about. Bro, I hear you, bro. I'm fuming as well, bro. I'm fuming as well. I've had enough of this, bro. I've had enough of this. And this manager's coming out, oh, we started the first 20 minutes, all right. Yeah, Saka was causing a little bit of problems for Doku defensively and Luke Shaw. So what? He didn't score nothing. He didn't do nothing. He didn't make it count. So who cares, bro? Who actually cares? Am I surprised that Trossard didn't turn up? No, I'm not. I've seen this how many times? Do you know why so many times I start talking about girl talk? I'm doing the second channel. Obviously, the weather in Barcelona has been very hit and miss. Do you know why? Because I'm tired of talking about Arsenal. I'm tired of it. The story never changes. My granddad died. I said, yo, I beg you, Arsenal win the league. But I know what this team's on. They're on nothing. They're on nothing. When there's a bit of pressure, these men fumble. We've had 3 games in a row where there's been some pressure behind it. The Liverpool game to take advantage of City, didn't do it. The Nottingham Forest game, pressure, City drop points, didn't do it. Man United now, pressure. Can we keep the 7 point lead? Bottle it. This team don't learn, bro. This team don't learn. And the man tell me, oh, you want to do it for the views. You want to do it because you just want to be a controversial Arsenal fan. Really? Really? I honestly, it's got to a point where it's like, bro, I've told man, it doesn't matter if we play a 4-2-3-1. It doesn't matter if we play a 4-3-3. It's the only 2 formations this guy plays. Why don't you play 3 at the back? Why don't you play a 4-4-2? This guy was telling us how he wanted to play a 4-4-2 time ago. Why didn't you play it then? You've got all your players back, so there's no excuse. Man said he wanted to play Gyökeres and Havertz together. Why didn't you? Maybe we would have got something out of Gyökeres. We don't capitalize. Every time Gyökeres gets a goal, we don't capitalize. He scored against Burnley, we don't capitalize. He scored against Leeds, we don't capitalize when he scored against Leeds early in the season. He don't capitalize on players in good form, bro. He goes back to the same shit. Gyökeres scored against Inter Milan. We don't continue that. We don't continue. But you want to continue with Jesus. I'm not surprised Jesus ain't doing nothing. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. This is the Jesus we've been seeing for years. A man want to act like, oh, we got Jesus back. So who cares? Who cares that we got Jesus back? What's he doing? I didn't even see him against Man. The man's thing is, I didn't even see this guy against Man United. I didn't even see him. There's nothing I can say, yo, Jesus, he actually tried. Tried what? He didn't do nothing. He didn't even do nothing. Let me put the heating on, bro. It's a cold, dark day. Absolutely ridiculous. So what we saying? Any player that you want to tell me, oh, North, we should have played this play. They came on to the pitch. What did they do? What did they do? They did nothing, bro. They did nothing. Because the tactic, it comes down to tactics. If you don't know how to go in the second half and to sit back and not even attempt to break them down or have no idea to break them down, you can't preach to me that this is a top elite manager. You can't. You just can't, bro. You just can't. And I've been saying all season, wait till we get to the crunch end of wait till we get to the Champions League. Everyone's gassing that, oh, Arsenal are top of the Champions League table. What's our answers, bro, when things go sideways? What's our answers, bro? What's the solution? Bro, I just had it. Bro, bro, I'll be real with you. They all have to take the accountability, bro. All of them got to take the accountability because I didn't see anything from any of them. Cool. As a player, you can say, okay, cool. The manager is making certain subs. Nothing's changing. Take the game, take the game by the scruff of the neck. I used to see Thierry Henry say, "Yo, I'm gonna win us the game." Birdcamp, I'm gonna win us the game. Canoe, I'm gonna win us the game. Ljungberg, I'm gonna win us the game. Pires, I'm gonna win us the game. I don't see nothing like that from these players. Where's Starboy? I want to talk to me about Starboy. Where's Starboy, bro? Can't talk to me about Starboy. Bro, we needed you. What did you do? Trossard came off instead of you, and you still didn't do nothing. This team, bro, listen, bro, man can come up with a bunch of excuses, all the excuses that you like, whatever, bro. But the reality is this team is lightweight. This team has not got them. And it comes more down to the manager because I keep saying we've got the players. I've never once said we don't have them. We've got the players. We don't have the tactician to get the most out of these players. That's what we don't have. It's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. And I am going to be clipping up all the YouTubers. I will be clipping them up. And we're going to have a second round cook. And we're going to have to cook these guys because they're not getting away with it, bro. They're not getting away with it. I'll be real with you. They're not getting away with it. Everyone that's been gassing this process, they're not getting away with it. Absolutely disgraceful, bro. Absolutely disgraceful. I was struggling to go to sleep yesterday because I was just like, it's just the repeat. How can you go and have the summer that we have and still be tactically inept? Tactically inept. I'm so done, bro. I'm so done. And Man United didn't even do anything special. All they did is make sure they had a low block, they had a little mid block, and just hit us on the counter. We had no answers, bro. No answers. And you know what this comes down to? It also, not only is it lack of tactics and invention from this manager, I think he's done in terms of figuring it out. He's gone all out attacking 22-23. He's now gone all out defensive. He tried to get a striker, but he doesn't really want to incorporate Gyökeres into the team. He still wants an extra body in midfield, which is why when we play Calafiori, he goes inverted, which is why when we've got Jesus, he tucks in and does the false nine, drops in the midfield, gives us an extra passing lane. He doesn't really want to incorporate a striker into his system. And we've seen it with Gyökeres. He doesn't make Saka accountable. This is what you get when you don't make players accountable. He doesn't want to make Ødegaard accountable. This is what you get. If your captain keeps getting subbed off, maybe it comes to a point where you say, do you know what? This captain, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to drop you, bro. I'm going to have to drop you. It's absolutely pathetic, bro. Absolutely pathetic. Do you know what I'm saying? Declan Rice wasn't amazing. Why does Declan Rice have to put 10 out of 10 performances every game and nobody else can step up in that midfield? Why does Gabriel Saliba have to have 10 out of 10 performances every game? Bro, this is what I mean, bro. There's a certain standard for some players and there's a different standard for others. Ødegaard can walk about. Saka can walk about. Jesus can walk about. Zubimendi can walk about. But everybody else, they have to have 10 out of 10 performances. I'm done with this. Henkape wasn't even that bad. Bro, it's just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. This manager said before the game, we know, what did he say? He goes, we know that if you give Man United space and time, they can punish us. So why were we one ball over the top? Dogu was straight on goal. Why every time there was a through ball to Mbeumo, he's seeing goal? I thought you knew that if you give them space and time, they'll punish us. The guy's a fraud, man. The guy's a fraud. I'm sorry, the guy's a fraud, but I'm not hearing it, bro. This manager has reached the ceiling. Arteta is very good to get you challenging. To be a winner, he's shown in every competition that he's not capable of doing it. And with a team that's his identity, a team that's his players, a team that he's built, a team that he's constructed. This is not a team that he's inherited. You have constructed this team. You have built this team. You have coached them for 6 years. And this is the best that you can do. Now, I'm sorry, you got to go, bro. I'm sorry, you got to go. There's no excuse here. There's no excuse here. There's a lot of managers that don't get this. I've seen Slot not build that team, and a lot of people say they need a rebuild. They need a rebuild. Our rebuild is done. Let's just be real. Our rebuild, Arsenal's rebuild has been done for time. We have invested money in defenders, midfielders, and attackers, and it's exactly what he wants. Do I think we could have done a bit better in certain areas? Yes, I do. But it's what he wants. He wanted Northside, he got it. He wanted Gyökeres, he got it. He wanted Jesus, he got it. He wanted Havertz, he got it. He wanted Trossard, he got it. He wanted Ødegaard, he got it. Do not tell me this is not his team. So when you have your team, I'm looking at you even more because I can't even sit here and say, well, Arteta needs this and needs that. No. You built this team, bro. You built this team, bro. You built this team. So when you want to create the team in your image, then we have an expectation around it. We have some expectation around it. Even if you didn't, I still got the expectation. It's not good enough, bro. It's not good enough. We can't do the basics. And our defense is looking all over the place. Man tried to preach to me, our Northside, wait till we get our players back. I seen man doing videos, wait till we get our players back. We have a lot of players injured. Well, we didn't have a lot of players injured against Man United, did we? We didn't have a lot of players injured. And none of you man rate Man United. So why didn't we get the 3 points? Don't chat shit to me. Don't chat shit to me. I beg you. I'm not in the mood, bro. If Shiteta ain't playing how the players want, what do you expect? That's why it's a joint issue, bro. But players have to have a level of pride as well. You have to have a level of, nah, bro, I'm not gonna let us look like waste man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I care, but do you know what I mean, bro? But it goes both ways. It goes both ways. The manager needs to tactically get the best out of the players, but the players also have to have some accountability, and they also have to have some pride, bro. It's boring, man. It's really boring, bro. And then people think we want to be right. We're tired of saying this, bro. Josh Kroenke is selling pipe dreams. He ain't serious on winning trophies. Why get Berta? I'll say this. Listen, Josh Kroenke, you've given Arteta time. You've given him money. Cool. Just admit that this guy, after this season, he's got the club in the position that it needs to be in terms of competing. Now is the time to sack this guy and go get us someone that can get over the line. You have got Berta committing players' futures to this club. Gabriel, Saliba, Saka, all these players that the fan base like, cool. If you want these players to remain and sign another contract, you're going to need to get a winner because it's getting to a point now you're not going to be able to hold on to all these players. We're not. And the way Declan Rice, after one of our last games, coming out saying, for F's sake, it's always the same old effing shit. Bro, he may be the first one that goes, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the same bottle behavior. I'm tired of it. So if you want to keep your best players, you better make some tough decisions, bro. Or we're going to start losing some of our best players. And I'm telling you right now, nobody in this midfield can do what Declan Rice does. None of them. None of them. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's mad. We'll continue like this until we get a new manager. Facts. We can't expect to have a manager and a captain like that to win majors year in, year out. They're not serious. They just don't have the ability, bro. They don't have the ability, bro. You know what I mean? Northside, at Saka's age, Steven Gerrard was wanted by every club in the world because of his consistency to take Liverpool to the top. But Saka hasn't been consistent, but wants to be world class. Well, Saka's relaxing, bro. Saka's relaxing. He don't care. He ain't trying to develop his game. He ain't committed to his craft like that. He ain't committed, bro. You know what I mean? Soft belly, bro. Soft belly, this club, bro. Soft belly, bro. Every time, bro. Every time. A man think I'm going to go into the Champions League with chest. Man think I'm going to go to the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup with chest. Nah, bro. I'm not going into any of those competitions with chest, bro. I ain't going to none of those competitions with chest, bro. None of them. I'm telling you, bro. None of them. I don't have chest, and this is why this club doesn't allow me to have chest. I wish I could have chest. I'll be cooking the rivals. I'd love to be cooking the rivals. This club don't give me the opportunity to cook the rivals because I always have to be self-aware. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm going to stop covering Arsenal next season. Only Ajax and hip-hop music starting from next season on my channel. Yo, big up, bro. Bro, I don't know, man. Ajax is moving mad as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ajax is moving mad as well, bro. You know what I mean? My condolences go out to you, Northside. That result has been coming for ages. It's negative football, trying to get on goals and corner free kick goals. So embarrassing. No way we're winning. Yo, big up, man. Nah, big up, bro. Appreciate that. Yo, bro, this is what I'm saying, man. Begging this club to win, they don't want to do it, bro. They ain't got. They're not on it, bro. Yeah, I mean, these man are soft youths, bro. They're soft, man. You know what I mean? Nah, I hear it. No, so I'm fuming. Next day, I stayed up 8 hours watching Lee do an emergency stream. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy, bro. Ain't nothing changed, bro. Ain't nothing changed, man. Ain't nothing changed. Another year, another bottle, bro. I don't have no faith. I know certain fans are going to be saying, oh, you're being reactive. Don't be reactive. Nah, bro. Allow me, bro. Allow me, bro. Allow me, bro. Ain't nothing from the manager, even after the game. Oh, yeah, we have to give credit to Man United. Why am I giving credit to Man United? Yes, I will give credit to Man United, but I shouldn't be in a position to be giving credit to Man United. I should be talking about how we slapped them up. I shouldn't be giving credit to Man United. It's Man United. And I know they're a big club, but this version of Man United, we should be... Oh, bro, it's annoying, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Can we talk about every year all these consistent interviews about the title race from our players and manager? These men are in love with being in the conversation. Bro, year after year, the amount of interviews Arteta's done, the amount of interviews this guy's done, it's crazy. It's crazy. They give him the Pep treatment, and this guy's not done anything that's Pep's done. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Bro. Nah, big up Ravi, bro. Big up, bro. Big up my G, man. I appreciate that, bro. It's the same old shit, bro. They are too much of a yes man, overpaying them. They won't know any other manager, won't pay them that much, bro. And this is the thing. I can sit here and start talking tactics. What's the point? What's the point? Because every time I want the manager to do something different, he won't do it. Would he change to a 4-4-2 and maybe play Jesus and Gyökeres or Havertz? He won't. So why am I wasting my breath? Why am I wasting my breath? This midfield has not been balanced enough, in my opinion. It's been very reliant on Rice. Heavily reliant on Rice. Rice has to play the box-to-box thing, and he's got to defend, and he's got to attack, and he has to continue. This is why we've seen Rice gassed out this season. He's been knackered, bro. But what do we do to accommodate that? At least put a Ødegaard that can actually sit. Because I tell you what, Ødegaard's got the attribute that Zubimendi doesn't. And I'm not saying that I rate Ødegaard, but he can sit and protect that back line. So if you want Rice in the box-to-box, at least he knows there's somebody that's actually going to shield the back line. Zubimendi's getting twanged up by Bruno Fernandes and Dogu, bro. Imagine that. It's a disgrace. Man are doing 1-2s. I ain't seen Bruno Fernandes do 1-2s since when he first started his career at Sporting Lisbon. I ain't seen him do that in years, bro. And we're making him look like a baller. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. How many more times are you going to stick with Zubimendi, bro? How many more games we have to see with Ødegaard? I don't care what Eze's performance was against Inter, because his form dipped when you started getting him out of the team. That's when his form started dipping. Yes, he hasn't been amazing, but we've not played him enough. And the system ain't good enough anyway. It's not like the system, but the system is nullifying so many players. The best version of Saka is when we played attacking football 22-23. The best version of Ødegaard was when we played attacking football 22-23. The best version of Martinelli when we played attacking football 22-23. The best version of Gyökeres when he was in a team that actually were coached well to attack and actually played to his strengths, attacking football at Sporting. The best version we've seen of this team has been attacking football. All we need to do is be able to defend. Cool. If we slap a team up, let's say even if we don't slap them, let's say we're 2-0 up. I'm not even saying 3-4s, 5s. 2-0, halftime, 2-0. Yeah? Next half, cool. Up until the 75th minute, the 80th minute, We keep going at them, try and find the third. We don't get the third, cool. 85th minute, we make some changes, bring on Northside. You start bringing on some defensive players, cool. We start trying to lock off the game. We've got the players and the squad to do it. So why not do it? Why not? You don't have to go all out attacking, but you don't have to go all out defending. It's called in-game management. In-game management. But this going up 1-0, shutting up shop, bro, it's not working. We're dropping points. We are dropping points. The stubbornness of Arteta is what infuriates me with him. I don't mind a manager that has ideas, that wants to do different things. That's fine. But it's also your job, not only to experiment, but also to realize this ain't working. This ain't working. Playing for set pieces ain't working. Dark arts and relying on solely on dark art ain't working. We're getting sussed out. Carrick, that I just got to make Carrick sussed us out. Come on, bro. Carrick. And I'm not talking about Carrick, the player. I'm talking about Carrick, the manager. Come on, man. Man United fans are dunking on us online, putting out memes, laughing, having a great time, celebration, barbecues everywhere. This is embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. I'm absolutely sick and tired of this shit, bro. What are you saying, Kenny, bro? What are you saying, bro?
Yo, Northside. What's good, brother? You good? Not good?
Another day, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know, man. I mean, it was a really good game. It was a really good game yesterday. I thought the first 30 minutes, I thought you guys were really good in the first 30 minutes until Leach got an own goal. And then I think that Zuber misplaced pass, you gifted us a goal. And then that's just the main turning point in the first half, in my honest opinion. So I thought the second half we were a lot much better. We were playing like nice one-touch football, and especially Patrick Dogu, what a goal, man! The thing is, I saw Dogu somewhere in the video clips. He was literally practicing his shooting, doing his individual training. That for me, I was like, bro, this guy. I had a feeling he's going to score a screamer. I had that feeling he was going to score that, and he did. And that too, it's on the left top corner. I was like, wow. And Raya couldn't save that. Raya really couldn't save that. I was like, and Cunha, really good finish from Matthews Cunha as well. And Arteta's quadruple substitutions, to be honest with you. And that's really Arteta's. I think Arteta was really panicking. He was actually panicking as a manager. So, I did my watch along. And I was hearing a lot of booing, a lot of noise from the fans towards the end. I was like, and I saw there were some fans leaving the stadium as well. Northside. Is it true?
Huh?
Yeah. So I just heard the fans left the stadium around the 80th minute or something like that. Is it true?
Sorry, what's that? Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was just saying. I was saying that I heard the fans left the stadium around like 80th minute. Is it true?
I saw some fans that left, bro. I saw some fans that left.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You should be supporting your teams too, man. Like through like tough times, isn't it? So I'm just saying. But I mean, Arteta, I just don't know. He looked really out of ideas, and that's what that's what you've been saying this for like, was it like a couple of years ago or something like that? It's the same thing pretty much. And yeah, I saw Bukayo Saka. He was playing as a left back towards the end. I was really, that's nice. Wow. As a left back, I'm surprised. And And that Gyökeres goal, my goodness me, she should have done better. That should have been 3-3. I thought Lemons made a good save, but he just made a goal clearance for that one. And you know, look, Northside. I've seen my team turned up against big teams like the Arsenals, the Cities, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, even the Newcastles this season, the Palaces. It's just it's just us. We struggle against the low block teams like with the likes of Everton, the Forest, Fulhams. That's where we struggle. So we have Fulham this week. So yeah, so only to yesterday and today was the only day I was giddy. The next couple of days I'm back to reality, bro. Of course, Fulham is a tough one. I'm not going to underestimate them, of course. Yeah. So that's a big test for Michael Carrick. And yeah, I actually noticed like Carrick has beaten Arteta twice. I almost forgotten that he's beaten him before, and he's done it again. That's 2-0 to Carrick. So um you know credit to Carrick. I mean, he's brought up Dogu. I hope Dogu's okay because we needed him. I just hope his injury is not that serious. So I just hope that and I just don't know who's going to win the league, man. This league is I just don't know who's going to win the league now, because now that the Premier League title is once again open, and United 12 points behind. If we can capitalize on the next couple of results, maybe we could be in the mix of it. Depends how we play against those teams, against those low block teams. Depends on it, but we'll see in it. We'll see. I mean, you guys have Leeds, so Leeds are going to be fighting for survival. Leeds are fighting for survival, and of course, you have like you have you have City and Aston Villa breathing down your necks. I noticed they are 4 points behind you. You know, yeah. So this league is this. I mean, in terms of football quality, it is rubbish this season, but it is much competitive as compared to last season. So that's where I'm coming from. But hey man, hopefully you guys bounce back against Leeds United. But I just don't know. Now that I've seen Arsenal fans online, now they don't look confident at all. Now the top Gooners are not that confident against Leeds. I was like, why? You guys are considered the best team in Europe. You guys have the best squad in the league, and in which I agree. You guys are the best team in the league, but like, you can't just rely on corners to win the league. You have to, like, you can't you need to. And I like the point you have just said, that like Arteta has got to be a bit innovative in his ideas, and he's stubborn, man. He's stubborn, in which I 100% agree with you. He's a very stubborn manager, very stubborn manager, like my previous manager Amrin. That's just what it is.
Mhm. No, I hear it, man. I hear it, bro. Where do you think you guys go with your current manager, with Carrick? Like, do you think he
Carrick,
gets a
yeah.
full-time job, or what do you think?
For me it's like 50-50, isn't it? It's like, for me it's like really, I mean, I don't trust this board. I don't trust what like Ineos are gonna do. you know and if you ask me if the board has a bit of like cojones, they have to get Enrique. They have to get Luis Enrique, because I do not want a yes manager, like a yes man and stuff like that. I do not want that anymore. I want Luis Enrique, and it's about time we stop getting like so called like a project managers. Yeah, that's just where I am. Absolutely.
So you would keep him?
Um, look, if Carrick gets top four, and if Ineos appoint him, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if they keep him. But But in my mind, I want Enrique. But like I know for a fact that Ineos want a yes man. That's what's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
So yeah.
You
It is
reckon
crazy.
if he keeps this form, they'll probably keep him on like they kept Ole?
Yeah, it could be similar in it. It could be similar. So Carrick does deserve to be back, and we still need midfielders. So because Casemiro is going to leave at in the summer, and I think we need like at least two midfielders, isn't it? We need like a defensive midfielders, and we of course we might need a number 8, and I think I wanted Bruno to be sold last season, by the way, but he's gonna stay, isn't it? He's gonna stay. I know that. I know for sure, bro. Honestly, man, Bruno was absolutely dog shit. He was absolutely dog shit in the majority of the games, bro. Bro, Declan Rice was just manhandling Bruno Fernandes, bro. That's what I've seen. Bruno missed 2 chances. I was like, bro, why the fuck are
Yeah.
you?
He should have buried those 2 chances, man. I can't lie.
Bro, like, why the hell were you complaining about the handball, bro? I was like, Saliba just made a tackle on you, bro. Bro, I was like, it's boring, man. I mean, I also don't like Silva as well. I don't like that. I don't like that Silva from City as well. He sometimes like complains a lot at City, but yeah. Now that Ruben Amorim is gone, so Bruno is staying, bro. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Arteta will never survive at United. I will never want Arteta. Trust me. No way. I have like few of my football group chats. They ask me they ask me like would you rather have like Arteta at like United? I was like, hell no, no way. I'm not having him. Unfortunately. You mean like I want to be seeing another terrorism football again, corner football and all that? Oh man, it's crazy. I do not want that to happen. Yo, big up, KK.
Yo, we say, man.
Yeah, big up Kenny, man. Big up Kenny. Hey, how's it, my man? How's it?
Same old
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, happy with the 3 points, and now I'm just back to reality. I celebrated enough, and I gotta be humble now because yeah.
Yeah,
You can
man.
talk your
Just had
shit,
to
man.
just
We
had
say
to check
KK,
in,
man.
bro. Yeah, big up, my G. I hope you've been doing okay.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah. How you been doing, bro?
All things considered, man. I've been good, man. I've been good. It's been a busy start to the year and all those things. You get me, but yeah, North, man. I thought I should check in on you, my G. It's been a tough a tough few weeks with all
Weeks, yeah, a few weeks. I agree with that. Yeah, it's
that
like
game.
was it like draw loss? Yeah, the last two draws and a
Yeah,
loss.
winless in the last 3, 2 draws and a defeat. So many opportunities to extend the lead. Imagine losing to United now. But
You would have been like 11
you
points
two
there. That would have been
previous
such a
games.
good opportunity. Yeah.
It would have been a reasonable game to lose, even though the performance is something different. You get me? But what I wanted to say, I even put it in a comment before I hopped on. Yeah, like seeing Dogu's goal and seeing Cunha's goal, I was thinking like outside of the Crystal Palace version of Eze and outside of Saka 2022-2023, anyone in this attack who's actually scoring those type of goals. And the worst thing is it's not even necessarily do they have the quality. I mean, we saw what Declan Rice did against Real Madrid, but
yeah,
how are they being coached? How like everything we've been talking about in regards to Arsenal and their attack this whole season, like you saw it in such a ironic snapshot, bro. Like Dogu shot and Cunha shot, no one in your attack is doing that, bro. No one is even thinking of taking that risk. Never mind trying to show their quality with those types of chances. Like we saw the goals Arsenal scored. like how many own goals are you guys going to score? It's so weird. It's like on one hand, Chelsea are trying to get more red cards than ever, and then you guys are trying to score more own goals than ever, bro. Marino's goal, yeah. Like, yo, I can't believe Arsenal Football Club, yeah. Wenger's Arsenal Football Club at the Emirates, at the carpet. You bundling in goals, bro. You're bundling it like those look like NFL plays. Like the way man was just moving around with the free kicks. It looked elite, but that's what
it really kind of reminded me a little bit about the Eddie Howe style of play. It's similar to that pretty much.
Yeah, man, that was a rugby team out there, bro.
Yeah, it's
that
a
looked
rugby
more like
team,
a try. Marino's goal looked more like a try than a goal, bro. So listen, 4 points this week. Leeds next. Leeds are fighting for their lives. I mean, they beat a very sorry Chelsea.
Leeds could probably survive this season. I think Leeds are going to survive. They've been all right this season, to be fair.
So I don't know. No, why are you telling me, bro? Why are you telling me? Like, how often are you gonna crash out over this, bro? And it's not even just this season, yeah. It's not even just this season. It's not even the last 6 years. It's the last 22, bro.
Yeah,
it's the
22.
last 22 years, bro. This is every time I think about Arsenal, I think, you know what? It's a very strong team. You know, yes, the attack deserves to be scrutinized. That attack is very poor. It's not a title-worthy attack when you think of the attacks over the years. But then I'm like, okay, cool. You know the usual things, bro. Top of this, top of that. I'm beaten here, I'm beaten there. And then I remember, yo, it's been over 2 decades. It's been over 2 decades, bro. You know, there's people that literally started high school, yeah, finished high school, varsity, finished varsity, got a job, got their first job, probably on their second or third job, and they still haven't seen Arsenal win a league, bro. That to me is kind of like, that's where I was like, okay, cool. This is where the crash out is valid. But how long are you gonna do this, bros? Macy, what are you telling me? How long are you guys gonna be crashing out over the same telenovela, bro?
I'm not really sure, Keke, because we've seen this before. And big up to Kenny, first time that I've been you face to face, like
absolutely
in Northside stream. And listen, good win yesterday.
It's been a while.
I was very impressed by your team's performance, especially the fact that in the
second half we were better at the first 30 minutes.
First half you were a bit like not like
we didn't do much in the first half.
But second half you
Zubimendi goal.
The Zubimendi,
you gifted us the goal.
That gave you the confidence to get yourselves back in the game. And then second half you were out of the world. Like, you came at us like a pack of sharks, like circling their prey. So good win. And Michael Carrick, big up to Michael Carrick, by the way, for schooling my manager, because my manager is an absolute fucking waste, man. I can't stand him anymore. I'm so happy that Rory, Ødegaard, Christian and D and Hooks and all these other frauds, they're still defending this manager yet again. Like, how many more times are they going to keep doing this? Because Arteta has finally met his match now, because now we still haven't found a way to we still haven't been able to see that we are in a title race. And the fact that we threw that game away yesterday, that shows you that this club ain't serious about winning the Premier League.
You don't look serious.
They just only care about we're still 4 points behind City and Villa. But don't get it twisted. City and Villa are still behind us. And the fact is, we know that City have got Tottenham, and I expect them to beat Spurs, because Spurs are finished. As long as Thomas Frank is still there, Tottenham are finished, because Pep because now City have a chance of making our title challenge even more difficult. And the fact is, we've got to go to Ellen Road and play Leeds. And Lee Gunner made it, and Lee Gunner said something very good. Arsenal have scored the most set piece goals this season, but
he said that.
Scored the second set piece goals this season is Leeds. So Leeds have a way on how to score goals from corners, goals from free kicks, and that could be a huge problem from us because they've got a massive defender in Sebastian Bornan. Bornan's a massive defender for Leeds, and if he scores against us from a set piece or anything, then that could really be a huge problem from us. But yet again, this manager, after we went 2-1 down, he decides to bring on 4 players, the players that he didn't want it in the first place, Gyökeres and Eze, because in the game, with the starting 11, he chose his favorite squad. You know, Ødegaard, Zubimendi, Saka, Rice, Trossard, all his favorites. And
Jesus got absolutely poked by a slab at in 2026.
The fact is, he doesn't, because remember, Kenny, he never wanted Gyökeres and Eze in the first place because Berta was the one that brought both of them together, but Arteta still never uses them properly. And the fact is, both Eze and Gyökeres' forms have dropped ever since the fact that this manager has brought Ødegaard and Jesus back into the squad, and both of them were shit yesterday. Like, people can say that, but Jesus is back. Like, stop this now. Like, Jesus is finished. He was finished after that long injury, and he is still finished ever since the fact that we have kept him in for so long. From now on, Jesus needs to be moved on. Ødegaard has to go. I'm just sick of this captain. Saka needs to hold bench for now, because every time I see him start every game, it just pisses me off now. Madueke, even though Madueke was horrible yesterday, the fact when he came on, he had the ball and he was trying to dribble his way through, and then out of nowhere he slips onto the floor. Seriously, Madueke, I expect more from you because Arteta brought you into this football club and you still haven't scored a goal for us in the Premier League. The only goal you scored was the Champions League against Bayern Munich, but you still haven't scored a league goal for us this season, and that is worrying. And that is why a lot of Chelsea fans, they're starting to realize that Madueke, that they were right when they sold Madueke to us, because he was never good enough for them in the first place. So that's why we took him in from Chelsea. So now this title challenge is getting even more harder for us, because now we've got to go to Leeds United away, which is difficult because Daniel Fogg, we know what kind of formation he's going to play against Arteta's 4-2-2. And that is a very worrying thing as well. And the fact is, we put ourselves in this pressure now, and now we've got to fix up for those massive games coming up, because not only do we have Leeds, we have Sunderland next. And Granit Xhaka, imagine if he comes back to the Emirates and halts us, that could be a huge
that would be a dagger. That'll be a dagger for your title.
Yeah, don't forget, Xhaka's still Xhaka has still got a lot of history with us, and it wouldn't surprise me if he comes back to the Emirates and scores against us and gives us a bit of a nightmare. So that's why the United defeat now is now looking a bit scary for us, because now we have got to fix up, because we've got Kairat on Wednesday. I'm expecting us to beat Kairat, because no disrespect,
I don't even know who the hell is Kairat.
Yeah, I mean, Kairat, I think this is their first ever experience in the Champions League. I'm expecting us to beat Kairat comfortably. Then we've got to play Leeds, and then we've got a massive League Cup semi-final leg against Chelsea at the Emirates. And Chelsea, they're starting to pick up some form now after they destroyed Crystal Palace 3-1. So Liam Rossini is on a bit of a roll now. And if Chelsea get one goal back, then we have got to score one goal to give us the advantage.
You have to score first, pretty much. You have to score first, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's why we have got to start. We've got to start taking every cup game seriously now, because this is why our manager this season, he is a nearly manager, because he always gets there nearly, because he always just wants, because every time we are in the finish line, we're never there in reaching the ultimate prize, because we're almost there. This manager is the second coming of Brendan Rodgers, because Brendan Rodgers did the same thing with Liverpool. He nearly got them to the Premier League title, only to lose it to Man City. Arteta is the same, by the way. He's nearly there in reaching the Premier League, only for it to slip it from his fingers if we continue to capitulate the same way we capitulate against Man United yesterday.
I hear that, man. I hear that, bro. Manny, ain't seen you in a while, bro. How you doing, man? What's your thoughts after yesterday's game, bro?
Yeah, first of all, Northside, in all seriousness, I want to offer my condolences to you on the passing of your grandfather. I'm sure he must have been a very big influence on you and how you lived your life. And always remember that when people pass away, there will be a part of them that will stay with you forever. So let me say que ello descanse en paz y que Dios abençoe todos vocês.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
Big up as well to the panel. And for those of you who don't speak Portuguese, I said, may he rest in peace, and may the Lord bless each and every one of you. So,
thank you.
Now, there's nothing really much to say, except I think everything's been covered. I would like to sort of assuage Macy's fears on Sunderland, because this is a Sunderland team right now that have a pretty appalling record away from home. And in their last away trip, they were ripped to pieces by a West Ham team that are still deep in relegation trouble. And if you saw Granit Xhaka being rattled by a West Ham fan in the stands with a baby, you know that he can be wound up very easily. And let me tell you, after what he did when we played them at the Stadium of Light, I think, you know, the Black Cats are going to find that the bad luck might be coming their way. I mean, that's at least my hope. It's the hope that kills me. I know better. But Leeds is definitely a fear, because in addition to the defender that Macy mentioned, they also have one of the most informed strikers at the moment in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has been scoring goals for fun. So we have to find a way to counter him. And at Elland Road, it will not be easy. And as far as the game itself is concerned, oh, boys, where the hell do I even begin? You know, after a good start, we somehow find a way to do this to ourselves. And you just know that with some of the players we have in our squad, the self-destruct button is only one itchy finger away. And with Zubamendi, if people noticed, that goal we conceded against Spurs was at least partly his fault because of the way he lost the ball. But the positioning of David Raya for that shot from Richarlison, I mean, I know people are going to talk about Arteta's tactics and say that, you know, the system is that way. The goalkeeper has to play that far up and be an auxiliary midfielder, and it works most of the time. And even if we do concede some goals, you take the rough with the smooth. No, because when you concede goals like that or get lobbed that way, it can make a very big difference. And he was very nearly caught out twice. Firstly by Mboma in the first half, and then by Fernandes in the second, although Fernandes really shanked it horribly. There was no chance of that hitting the target. How do you possibly defend a performance where United had 3 shots on target and all those 3 shots ended up being goals? It's a lack of concentration more than anything else. Whether it was Zubamendi's horrible attempt to pass back to Raya, or that equally horrible pass from Saliba on that surface, which was fast and bouncy and couldn't be controlled, it's as if we just didn't have the concentration levels, and those were classic bozo moments more than anything else. And that is another reason why we can't have faith in some of these players to be able to play, because sometimes you just need to make sure that that you are switched on in a game like this. And when you switch off at any time, teams like Manchester United or any other of the teams that are trying to challenge for top honours, they will take advantage of you. But we just never learnt our lesson. And as for the manager, I'm reminded of what William Shakespeare said quite brilliantly in Julius Caesar. I think he wrote it, but Caesar himself said this: cowards will die many times before their death. The brave will only face death once. We've got a coward as our manager, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, no ladies, but whatever. We've got a coward as our manager, gentlemen. A coward who refuses to evolve, who refuses to try something different. And when you have so much space in the middle going through that you are able to have the freedom to take a shot and have an attempted goal, where is the sense in trying to pass it to the wings? What people don't seem to realize is that he is overburdening our wingers. Saka is literally on his last legs, pun intended. And yet his tactics are not going to do anyone any favors, and yet he never seems to learn. And as mentioned, of course, he got his starting lineup completely wrong. We were expecting Gyökeres to start because with Jesus, I think Arteta had an idea that his movement would cause the defense a few problems. But hey, they had Maguire and Martinez in the back four, experienced internationals. They knew the score and they knew how to deal with people like him. And in fact, Martinez more or less had Jesus's number. And Ødegaard, once again, when it comes to really big games like this against the big teams where you need to have players who will really take the game to the opposition, he can't keep starting. He just can't. He just can't. And, to bring on 4 substitutes, I mean, obviously, you have to give Arteta some credit for trying to, be a little bit positive, and we can't be disingenuous and praise his old childhood chum, Iriola, for doing something similar against Liverpool, which brought them the win, and then say that Arteta should be criticised for not picking those players in the starting lineup in the first place. Because football is a squad game, and you pick the substitutes to make an impact on the game, and he thought they would. But again, we shut off at the worst possible time. We just shut off completely.
Yeah,
and when
you have to go before. Sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Big up, guys.
And anyway, well done on the win. You lot deserved it. And don't be surprised if United end up making a late charge for Champions League football and end up getting it. Where they'll finish will remain to be seen, though. Now, damn it, I think I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so at least he tried to win. He wanted to try to get something out of it by making those substitutions. But again, when you lose your concentration at the worst possible time and you just take things a little bit easily, you just there's no defending any of that. And this is a Manchester United team that are now more determined than ever to right the wrongs of earlier in the season under Amorim. And now that Amorim's gone, you can see that they have a clear vision and they're playing with freedom. This Manchester United side played the exact same way that we want to see our Arsenal team play. And we have been capable of playing this way under Arteta with the 4-2-3-1. But ever since Jesus got that injury when we started using that formation, it's sort of devolved into a 4-3-3, which doesn't provide any level of urgency, which can be turgid at times. And now we know it can easily be, overcome by teams that either pack the midfield and or use a low block. And if teams do both, we're basically buggered. So, there is this quote over here which says that Arsenal might end up crawling to the Premier League title. And quite a few people have said that because the league is so poor, we might end up just, creeping over the line. I'm sorry, but with the way things are going, and it is around about this time as well, that we have our slump and we have a period where we struggle. I don't even know if Arteta's going to have the time to take the boys to Dubai for some warm weather training this time around. Maybe he's missed it. Maybe there's no break. Maybe he's missed it. I don't know if there's going to be a break this time around. But again, all of the complacency and the arrogance from Arteta, you know why we always say the fish rots from the head down. You've got a cowardly, arrogant manager who refuses to change and evolve and adapt and realize that maybe he's the one who's holding the team back. And, the team is suffering as a result at the worst possible time. And I want to also big up our good friend Natster, who always talks about pattern recognition. We have a great start to the season. By Christmas, we're top of the league, but by the end of May, we throw it away. And this year, there will be more tears if we finish without the title. Rest in peace, George Michael. And it's the same pattern, the same steps we take again and again and again. It's beyond insanity. And we're at this point now where we say, you know what, this is it. This is the reason why I don't have any faith that we'll win anything. And let's not have any ideas that we have 1 foot in the League Cup final simply because we have a first leg lead. Because I'm sure Northside and several others will remember hurtfully how we lost the 2004 Champions League quarterfinal. That was the invincible season. We could have won it all, as Adele might say. It would have been so sweet. We had it all inside of our hands, but we played it far too to play this at the beat or whatever. We drew the first leg at Stamford Bridge with an away goal, and we just needed to make sure we had a good enough performance in the second leg. We ended up drawing it 1-1, taking it to extra time, and then Wayne Bridge scored that winner, and it wrecked our campaign. We only had the consolation of an unbeaten season, but even that unbeaten side couldn't quite hold a candle to teams of seasons gone by, especially not the 1991 team. So if we lose our concentration, if we are complacent and arrogant in the second leg, this Chelsea side are also resurgent, mind you. They could come back and pretty much, take things away from us. And they also have to play us at the Emirates again in the league. So nothing at all is guaranteed. And in the FA Cup, at least we've got an easier draw this time around, having beaten Portsmouth, having been drawn against Wigan Athletic. So we've somehow managed to improve on our abysmal record since winning it. But then if we draw a Premiership team, what's the guarantee that we're going to beat that team? I just don't really have much faith in this team now that they are going to be able to, really do what they can, because it's the same patterns again and again and again. And when we go to a stage where, we're that close, it's like the closer we get, the more cowardly Arteta becomes. And that's why I say, why Shakespeare said perfectly, if you're a coward, you will die many times before your death. But if you are brave, you will only face death once. And courage doesn't mean having no fear. It means acknowledging your fear, but having the strength to overcome it. But we have a coward. He doesn't like taking risks. If he can learn from his old chum, Iriola, on how to take risks and how to just go for it and how not to stay in your shell. Mind you, if that had been Arteta coaching that game at Dean Court against Liverpool, they wouldn't have won it. But Iriola made it happen. Iriola made it happen. And, Iriola had the better playing career than Arteta, and now he's proving that despite not being with a big team, he's a much better manager than Arteta. Our fans need to wake up and see that not everything is rosy in the garden. This perfect system doesn't work. It fails more often than otherwise. Unless we are honest with ourselves, things aren't going to change. And that's why, and I will end it on this, I remember tweeting as well that if Arsenal end up not winning the league, I really hope that Aston Villa go on to do it, because I'm just going to look for that tweet, but it says it would be a wonderful, wonderful bit of karma for those fans who arrogantly abused Emery and hounded his way out, and still hounded him out of the club, and still wanted and still see it fit to try and mock him every single chance he can get. Yeah, this is it. A brilliant story and well-deserved karma for these fans and who continue to mock him. And there have been a few people who have actually responded to that. If we lose this league to Unai Emery and Emi Martinez, the aneurysm-induced meltdowns from a huge section of the fan base, especially what I call the flop Gooners, will be epic. That will make them realize that the emperor has no clothes, that Arteta is not all that. And that will make us see to ourselves, you know what? This is a shock to the system. It's bad enough that we lost to Emery in the semi-final of the Europa League and he went on to win it. But to lose the Premier League to him, after all the talk about how he's not suited for the Premier League and how he was never good enough for us, but is perfect for a club like Aston Villa, if Villa go on to win it, that would be epic. And it would really force us to clean our stables. Losing to a washed Manchester City might have people say, oh, look, it's Pep, it's Manchester City, they find a way. Of course, losing the league would be bad enough, but to lose it to Aston Villa, there's a part of me, and I know it sounds horrible, I hope that happens.
I hear it, man. I hear it. I just think that we're not going to go anywhere from here. I'll be honest. Like, I think this is it. This is the limitations of this manager, and I think if Josh has anything about him, this will be the season where you go, enough. Enough. I've given you everything to succeed here. Enough. You know, we have to move on. Thank you for your services. We thank you for the team that you've built that is capable of winning trophies, but it's time to go in another direction. I think that's the best thing for us to do to go forward as a club. Keke, how do you feel, bro?
No mass, as Roberto Duran said. No mass.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my G. I think like I was saying earlier, and I think like honestly you've hit the nail on the head now. It's actually not about the manager anymore. Just in a sense of the ownership has to make a decision now. The ownership has to make a decision. Berta, Josh, and his dad, they need to make a decision. Berta needs to go to Josh and be like, yo, listen, I have contacts in France. I have contacts in Spain. I can get this guy in, bro. Let's move on. Because for me, you know what it is, yeah. As a football fan, I like tactics and systems as much as the next guy. You get me? But when you are so far out, when you're not within the football club, it's for me it's really difficult to know everything that's been worked on tactically. You can really only judge what you see. And the thing is, sometimes you don't even really see the ideas that were first banded about and then they were abandoned either just before the game or mid-game and things like that. So for me, the reason why I'm saying that is we can talk about the system, we can talk about the tactics, but what's easier for me to see is the temperament of the team. It's the mentality of the team. And how many times are we going to have to say it about Mikel Arteta, bro? He's an Evertonian at heart, bro. If ever there was an Evertonian type manager, it is that guy, right? We know all of the types of defeats he suffered as a player, especially at Arsenal. I think it was around for that 6-0 loss to Chelsea. Wenger's, I think it was 1000th game. I think it was around for the 8-2 loss to Man United. He's experienced harrowing defeats as a player. He didn't even really win much as a player as well. He doesn't know what it's like to actually take risks and get over the line, whether it's being inspired by a manager that does so or being inspired by players that do so. Like for me, it's like that's where the crux of the matter is. This season, how many times has there been this sort of feeling from Arsenal fans like it's either you could have killed the game or you could have taken the game more to the opposition, or you could have shown more creativity, or you could have shown more risk. All of these things go back to one thing, and that's pragmatism at its finest. It's taken until January, the end of January, for Arsenal to concede 15 goals. Bro, that is an incredible achievement. For a while, as a Chelsea fan, I was sweating. I was thinking, raw, is that record gonna get broken? When people were going games without even conceding shots on target, that's very admirable. But that was your manager's peak. What you are seeing from a defensive standpoint is quintessentially Mikel Arteta, and that is defend. Even on transitions, you can see how Arsenal players just hustle back. I can just imagine how training is like. If you are not in position when you lose the ball, you're doing shuttles. If you are not in position when you lose the ball, you're hitting laps. Are people given the platform to showcase their attacking talent? Eberichi Eze looks a shadow of himself. An absolute shadow of himself. I saw him come on last night, and he did exactly what Ødegaard does. Without that sort of vibrant defensive press nyana that you usually see from Ødegaard. For me, is Eze given the platform to express himself? Is Saka given the platform to express himself? Is Gyökeres given a platform to express himself? Is the manager saying, yo, guys, I'd like to see a golazo today. Just prior to the team talk, before you guys go on, it's like, okay, guys, listen, Bjork, your shooting has been on point. I need you to take the shot. Be selfish. Like for me, it's about the mentality, and it's been proven time and time and time again. The manager is risk averse, and at this level, you will not win, bro, because other managers are willing to take the risk. A prime example is Pep Guardiola, Champions League final against Chelsea. He took a risk by not starting Rodri. He lost that final. But guess what? He was back again a couple of years later. That didn't deter him from not taking risks anymore. He even said it himself. He's like, listen, sometimes you guys call me a fraud. Sometimes you guys call me a genius. He lives and dies by his desire to affect the game, bro. And whether it bangs or it doesn't bang, he's like, you know what? I'm still gonna go home and be Pep Guardiola. Do you think? I promise you right now, he's fuming that Arsenal lost that game and he's not closer or ahead. Man City have suffered some chastening losses, bro. But that's not going to stop him from experimenting. That's not going to stop him from trying to find new ideas, new systems. It comes down to the mentality of the gaffer. And North, like you said, bro, listen, thank you for your services. He's put Arsenal at a level that I haven't seen since the Invincibles, yeah. Like we saw the Squelachis, the Mertesackers, the Koscielnys. We saw that Arsenal, right? Mikel Arteta has really done a good job in getting here. But this is it. This is it. When Claudio Ranieri was at Chelsea just before Jose, he had taken Chelsea as far as he could take them. A season later, the special one comes in, and the rest is history. When is the ownership gonna now make that move? That's
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me just add to what you're saying. You know, as I said, Arteta's a coward. He's not just risk averse, he's a coward. And remember what William Shakespeare said. And what's really ironic is you would think that after having worked for so long with Pep Guardiola, Arteta would have, gleaned some of the best attributes from him. The only thing he seems to have gleaned from Guardiola is his penchant for micromanaging. And that makes it all the more disgusting. I think Guardiola knows that he will continue to take risks, but he takes calculated risks. And he now knows that having, made the investments that he needs by bringing in Guehi and Semenyo, the squad looks a little bit stronger now, even with the having recovered from the injuries. I think we're going to see Chelsea City start to go on one of their runs. And let's also not rule out Aston Villa, who have a penchant for going on big runs themselves, even if they suffer a defeat in between. So this title race is not over by any means. And yes, we can give Arteta credit for taking us to a new level. But when you've been given that much backing and that much time, if you can't take us to that higher level, then I'm sorry, you failed. And it segues back into what Igal says about Arteta being an architect. I studied architecture. I worked in the profession. If you do not complete the work that you are set out to do in terms of designing and building a house or a building, putting the roof on top and everything else, then you don't get any credit. You are people will demand that you pay back the money they paid you, and they might even sue you. So this architect has in fact failed, and let's accept that.
I hear it. What are you saying, half volley, man? Big up Yasser as well. Let's join half volley. What are you saying, bro, before we get Yasser in? What are you saying, man? You're on mute, bro.
Big up North, big up Manny and Macy.
Big up, bro.
I was on the stream with Manny yesterday talking about some of these issues. And I think, after the game with a much clearer head, you can start to see like this game and this defeat was entirely avoidable. We saw this defeat coming maybe 4 or 5 games ago, right? And Arteta had every opportunity to mitigate it. I've been hearing a lot of conversations about, tactics, why doesn't he do this? I hear all of that, but we don't have a tactical issue. The issue we have is a managerial issue and a team selection issue. That is at the crux of the problems at this club at the moment. We've ended up in a scenario where Arteta's played his first picks into the ground to the extent that they look exhausted, and our backups don't look sharp. It's the worst scenario. The backups don't get game time, the first picks keep getting played every single game and look exhausted. And that's not a nice place to be with 15 games to go. Ødegaard didn't even make the. I just found out Ødegaard didn't even make the bench. That is shocking. That is the most, like, a player of Ødegaard's experience and quality can't even make the bench against a Man United team who, let's be honest, are not exactly pulling trees yet. They get the odd result against a big side. And this is the scenario Arteta's created. When he had opportunities to play these players, he didn't play them. They were on the bench. Now we've got returning players. The same thing is going to happen to Miles Lewis-Kelly when Calafiori comes back. He's not going to make the squad as well. Right? So you can see what problems we're going to have in a couple of games now. And this is all being created by Arteta. So we can talk about tactics. We can talk about mentality. Why doesn't he do this and this and that? The core issue here is team selection and the way the manager is managing the squad. That is the problem. It's the deepest squad in Europe, arguably one of the strongest, and he's only using a small section of it. And that's why we've ended up in this scenario. So this loss against Man United was much needed. And like I said, there's a way, because...
I haven't said much needed here.
No, it will remind these arrogant Arsenal fans who think that we're going to run away with the title and win it at a counter, give them a massive reality check. Because we've been saying on this stream for a couple of shows now, for a couple of games now, that we're due a loss. The way we're playing, at some point, we're going to get a bad result. Lo and behold, we concede 3 games. This is the most goals we've conceded in almost 3 years of football. And it was bound to happen. But the manager was not paying attention to the patterns. I'm sure Arteta likes video analysis. He watches games back. He analyzes game. He can see clearly that the trajectory is not a positive one. Man City haven't won a game all season until they beat Wolves over the weekend. But yet they're 4 points behind us. Because why? We're also stumbling. Draw against Nottingham Forest, and then a draw against Liverpool, and now we've gone and lost, against a Man United team. This was coming. People who were not swept aside by the winning run and us being 7 points ahead could read between the lines. Some of the gentlemen on this panel saw that actually, even though we're winning games, we're top of the league, something doesn't seem right. And we can dig out players. We can talk about the captain, etc. That's why I said that team selection is at the heart of the issue. Let's not talk about, the players are not up for it. They're on top of the league. Why are they not showing mentality? Fuck all of that. It's ultimately accountable. The buck stops with the manager. He picks the team, he gives them the tactics, the philosophy, and he gets the result. It's all on him. Let's not try and divert attention away from all these other factors. Why doesn't he play this way? Why doesn't he do that? Why is he picking the team that he's picking? This team could self-manage itself. Honestly, I think the squad is so big that even the most incompetent of managers could still compete for the title. The squad is that good. So let's not try and...
Sorry, Volley, I got a question for you. So do you still think you should get a contract extension?
No, that's a red herring. I think, for me, after 6 years, it's come to the point where even if Arteta wins something, I think it's in the best interest of both parties for him to move on. Honestly, this is the most protected job in world football. What he's had for 6 years with absolute backing, which has culminated in one of the deepest and biggest squads that we've ever had in the Emirates era. No manager's ever had that. He hasn't got any petty squabbles with directors of football who are telling him to change from 4 at the back to 3 at the back. He has total backing, right, for 6 years. So he's had perfect conditions. And if he wins, I want to win the league title, regardless of Arteta. I don't care about Arteta. The rest. If we win it with him, great. But I do want to win the title. Now, I still think there is a huge opportunity for us to do that. But at the end of the day, after 6 years, what more can we see that we haven't seen before, right? So that contract situation, that contract argument, it's a bit of a red herring, right? We need to focus on winning a major trophy. And at the end of the season, I'd be quite happy for this manager to move on. He's still young enough. If I was Arteta, I still want to go and experience other things. He's not an Arsene Wenger. Right, he's still young enough. Go out there.
Yeah, but do you think they're going to give him 15 million somewhere else?
Well, that's up to him. That's up to him. But you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm only interested in Arsenal Football Club. I think the squad we've got now demands an elite manager who's been there and done that before. And I said that to you, Manny, yesterday, that no more time for rookies, no more trial errors. I don't want a Maresca. I don't want an Areola. I don't want all these other managers who are just starting their careers. We need an elite manager who's been there and done that. 15 games to go. He would say, wow, when I won the league title in this year, this is what I did and it worked. He has a reference point. This manager hasn't got a reference point. We need elite managers' reference point to now come and take over. Arteta is unlikely going to be sacked before the end of the season. So we are where we are. He's going to be here. I want to win something, especially the league title. And I still think it's possible. If we win it, I think it's genuinely time for him to move on.
Okay. I can't lie. I wasn't expecting you to say all of that, but I'm with you. I hear it. You know what I mean? It's to a point where I don't feel like we should be. Man City are supposed to be in a rebuild that's not complete, and they're still not that far ahead, not far behind us. Aston Villa, that team shouldn't even be anywhere near where we are in terms of points. Yet they're only 4 points behind as well. I don't think that's acceptable, and I don't think there's any growth. If we win this league, I'm sorry to say it, the team that wins the league deserves it out of everybody else. But this ain't a team that's growing and moving forward. This is a team that's at the advantage of everybody else being weak. A bit like the Leicester season. Because if Pep could just stick to what he was doing when he won the treble and actually have some consistency, I think it'd be long. If Unai Emery gets given a bit more money, I'm seeing that he's getting linked to certain strikers for the window's done, then he can be a real problem. We've been building this for 6 years.
You already got Tammy Abraham. Yeah, that's here we go, bro. Yeah.
Watch him. If Tammy Abraham has more goals than Gyökeres this season, I want to see people tell me, because the crazy thing is, man were telling me Arteta is the reason why Sterling was getting loads of goals at Man City. If this guy is supposed to be somebody that's supposed to improve attacking players and improve the players that you currently got, because our attack is looking blunt. But Yasser, what you saying, man? How did you view yesterday's game, bro?
Listen, I ain't got much to say, brother. I just wanted to say hello and hold that. That's all I wanted to say, bro.
Stop smiling, bro. Stop smiling, bro. Stop smiling. I'm gonna kick you out if you keep smiling, bro.
No, don't kick me out. I'll kick myself out. I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you let Carrick win, bro. You know what I'm saying? You let Carrick win. Kobe Minor run that midfield. But you know what it is, though, yeah? The only thing that I remembered when I was watching that game, yeah, is Zubamendi, bro. The first thing I thought of is North, yeah, because he was getting cooked the whole summer, yeah. There's only one game, yeah. North said, yo, Zubamendi's cooking. That was pre-season. And then any time after that, he's been fuming at Zubamendi. And we found out quickly that if you press him, not the same brother. Do you know what I'm saying? He reminds me a lot of like Jorginho, but not in his prime. Later on. Yeah, Picker could tell you. Later on, brother, as soon as if he doesn't progress that ball and he gets caught out, he's on the floor, man. Do you know what I mean? But besides that, you know what it is, yeah? I spoke to a lot of Arsenal fans. Well, they all trolled me when we were playing Crystal Palace. They thought I was going to lose, and then I didn't lose. But I think my argument came from the whole, you know, when we played the Carabao Cup game semi-final, and we came out, we lost 3-2. I said the second leg is not fully done because there's only one goal, innit? The man told me you're on crack. I got told I'm on crack because Arsenal are indestructible at home. But for some reason, everyone, I'm like, bro, it's a one-off game. I'm not saying I'm guaranteed a win, but I can still hope to get something out of that game, innit? And Mal telling me, nah. No one beats us at home. Look at our record. When's the last time you beat us? I was like, brother, like, we barely had any players that day. Do you know? That's not even like an excuse, but we barely. If you slapped us with all our players there, I could say, I don't know what else we can do on that game for us to win, innit? But bro, every time you watch an Arsenal game, even the Marino goal, that was what's it called? That was touchdown, you know. That was NFL. Yeah, I was waiting for one of the players to pick the ball up and just throw it into the back of the net. That's what I was waiting for. The first goal, own goal, I'm thinking, bro, you need to create something, innit? And then that's where it comes from. This is what I said, and the whole beginning of the season. And I was talking to Rashid the other day, and we said the same thing. I said, bro, if you create more opportunities or allow your defense to do the defensive stuff and take more risk going forward, you can get more results. Do you get what I'm saying? But I just think with the managers, just because you lot defend as a unit, innit? And I think now it's just starting to realize more and more some of these players might just be meaty, innit? You know, if you get a corner set piece, win the game, and then just defend the rest, cool. That's how you're trying to get through it this season. And I think this season, bro, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? The point of potentially bottling it has come slightly later than usual, yeah. But it's looking dark now. Because, bro, you know what? From the Liverpool game, every time I watch an Arsenal game at home, yeah, the fans turn. Anyone that noticed, yeah, the fans start turning, yeah. And then yesterday they panned it to Ian Wright. You get me? He tried to hide his head between his legs, but like the airplane's crashing. And then Thierry Henry was chilling with Rance. He was fuming. You get me? I don't know. He was looking just like Rance, but they're all stressed. And then, bro, you could tell that Arteta made the changes because he got shook. You know what I'm saying? He started realizing, if I don't make a change, yeah, this might go left. You know, and he just threw bare players on, and it still didn't work. But like I said, bro, I don't know, man. You know, I don't even know what to say. You lot can change, bro, because at this point, City's still in it, and I don't know what other team's still in it. And listen, it is what it is. I think some people are just banking on other teams being rubbish, and that's how you're gonna win the league, innit? And if that's what happens, I'd still take it if I was an Arsenal fan. But you get me? That doesn't change anything. You get me? But other than that, listen, I gotta go in it. But hold that. You know what I mean?
What, are Chelsea in it? Are Chelsea in it? Are Chelsea in the title race?
Look him running away. Look him running away.
Chelsea
Look
fans.
him running away, bro.
In classic Stamford Bridge fashion.
Yeah, I mean,
North, you said it the other day. Yeah, Chelsea fans have become Arsenal fans. Chelsea have turned into Arsenal Football Club, and that's what's like sad about it. As much as we are fumbling the bag and tripping over ourselves. The joke is actually on these clubs that have turned into what we used to be. You know what I mean?
Well, how volley to that, I will say, keep in mind, you're speaking about the world champions, eh? That's definitely not an Arsenal thing. You gave me.
So why are the world champions not competing? Why are you not competing for the Premier League title?
Just give it time. Give it time. We'll win anything we can in the meantime.
You've become Arsenal fans. This is the problem.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't, because we win things. That's
exactly. Chelsea at least win things. Chelsea at least win things.
The question is, why are you not competing for the Premier League title against a relatively bang average manager like Arteta?
Yeah, because the squad's not good enough. The squad's
after £2 million spent
for me. I'm not interested in competing anyway. I'm interested in winning. So I think that's a narrative Arsenal fans have created. Similarly to when in yesteryear top 4 became an achievement. So no, it's fine. Compete for the league. Be proud of competing for the league. Then hopefully, if Chelsea do the right things, I'll be speaking about winning it.
But you have to compete to win some. You have to compete first to win something. You don't just jump to winning. You have to compete. And at the moment, Chelsea are not even competing.
Not really. I mean, we won the Champions League when we finished outside of Champions League spots. We won the Premier League after finishing 10th. We won the Club World Cup even though we hadn't even won a Champions League in a few years. So again, the thing runs different at Chelsea. It's not the same. It doesn't have to be like a linear thing with us. Like we kind of win now type of people, or at least me personally. Me personally, I'm not sure about other Chelsea fans.
Well, I mean, I think it is certainly safe to say, though, that the last 2 decades at Chelsea have allowed your fans to elevate the standards. And very much it has been the inverse with us at the Emirates. we have now gone over 2 decades without winning the league. We have gone now, what is it, going on 6 years without winning any trophy as a whole. And and arguably, like, one of the things that I lament so much about this fan base is that we have become so desensitized, and we have forgotten what it feels like and looks like to win. Like our fan base has been recycling and repedaling mediocrity and failing upwards as success. Like I can, like, again, like this fan base, they have been celebrating like the ascension of Arsenal under under this manager, because we had finished 8th twice, we had then finished 5th, and then we had finished 2nd 3 times in a row. But at the end of the day, like it has all resulted to nothing. It's actually all of this is a culmination of what we are seeing today. We are seeing the same mistakes that this manager has made in phase 1 in present day. We are seeing a £1 billion squad that is struggling to get past teams that should should, the word should is used very loosely, but comparatively, like, considering like the resources that we have exhausted over time, we should be waltzing. It shouldn't even be a competition anymore at this stage for the league. But we're still screwing around, and we're going to continue screwing around this year. And I think, unfortunately, we're going to end up without silverware again. And I know that there'll be a bunch of other excuses that'll be laid out because, whether it was, of injuries, whether it was of this or that, it's always one thing or the other. These Arteta bum chums are just so allergic and averse to taking accountability. I'm sorry for the rant, but
very well diagnosed, Doctor.
Yeah, I think for me, regardless of, like I said to North, Ed, I think regardless of what happens at the end of the season, it's quite clear that we need to part ways. And it's not so much because even if Arteta wins the Premier League at the end of the season, of course, then he would have succeeded in winning a major trophy. But for me, football, I've always said, is ultimately an entertainment sport. And the football that we play is so hard to watch. And there's no way I want to perpetuate this beyond the end of this season. We need to change direction and bring in somebody who can actually win whilst playing something a bit more tolerable than what Arteta is doing. With the squad that we've got, 6 years under his belt, at the very least, we should see something that is remotely exciting to watch. So the football that we're playing at the moment is just very, very difficult and hard to stomach. So come the end of the season, hopefully we win something. If we win it, great. But regardless of the outcome, I think it's in the best interest of both parties to go in a different direction. 6 years is great. Most managers don't get a year or two in world football, let alone all the backing, all the fan base, even those on the panel who are acutely against him and have wanted him out for years. Although, in my opinion, I thought it was a bit premature. This is the first season where I think I can confidently say this manager's had all the tools in the world. He's got everything to succeed, and he should be walking away with this title, and he's not. At the end of this 6 year period, he would have had the most perfect conditions in world football to succeed, and he hasn't been able to do that. So nobody can turn around and say, Arsenal fans, you turned against Arteta, you drove him out like we did towards the end of the Wenger era. We Arsenal fans have the patience of a saint. I'll say even those who want Arteta out are still willing to stomach and give it a bit of time, see can he actually turn this around. So 6 years in the making, when you've got other clubs where the moment you fall over yourselves, in the first instance you're out the door. So if Arteta gets moved on at the end of the season, I don't think anybody can turn around and say, oh, there's no justification for it. He's been treated unfairly. He didn't get a chance, or he had all these excuses. Nah, he's had perfect conditions. And even if for somebody who's quite sympathetic towards his cause, and I think he's done some good things, I think he's had his chance. He's had his chance. Regardless of the outcome, it's in the best interest of everybody to move on.
Absolutely. A little bit like how in Friends, before Rachel leaves for Paris, she sleeps with Ross for one more time and says it's the perfect way to say goodbye. The difference is she comes back to him. She gets off the plane and comes back to him. But if Arteta leaves, he doesn't come back.
What an analogy! Yo, I can't even.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Oh my days! Yeah, nah, it's mad, bro. It's mad, and yeah, man, it's just for me. I just feel like at least if we had a tactician, I could say, do you know what, guys, he'll change it. You know, he's not going to settle. He's going to change it. A lot of Man City fans go on to Pep, but Pep will try and change it until he gets it right. There are two ways of looking at that. Sometimes he gets it right, he doesn't continue it. A lot of the times, yeah, I'm saying he'll get it wrong and he'll continue adjusting. What I hate about this manager is he continues to do the wrong thing. There's nothing wrong with experimenting. You know, there's nothing wrong as a manager. Sometimes you have an idea, the player can't execute that position, or the team can't do what you want them to do. Sometimes you got to adjust it. I think that's what lost Ruben Amorim his job. He persisted with 3 at the back when that Man United team couldn't do it. There's nothing wrong with experimenting, but how long do you continue with the experiment that's failing? That's my problem with Arteta. And we're not going to see that midfield change. We're not going to see the attack doing anything different. We're going to keep doing the same old stuff and adjusting the team, and nothing really going to change. And like I said, for me, I woke up this morning, I had to talk about the club. After the game, I said, yo, I can't sleep. I need to go shisha place. Bro, my head was hot. I was fuming, bro. Like, I begged this club. I'm like, yo, please win this league for me. And listen, if we win the league, then cool. But I just don't see us kicking on, because once we win the league, cool. I think this fan base, they've not seen success so long. They think football's complete because we won the league. No, football continues. It resets next season. It's not complete because you win it one season, bro. It doesn't work like that. And this kind of mindset is why Man City are 3 Premier Leagues behind us, why Chelsea have won everything in world football. Our complacency has allowed our rivals to catch up with us in terms of trophies. When I grew up, Chelsea couldn't talk to me about trophies. But guess what? They can now, and they've been able to in the last couple of seasons. And whether I like it or not, I have no love for Chelsea. Yeah, I have no love for Chelsea. But at the end of the day, I have to respect them. And the only reason that we respect Chelsea is because they made us respect them. The only reason we respect Man City is because they made us respect them. Respect is earned, bro. It's not just given. You know what I'm saying? Man United made Liverpool respect them. They were 13 Prems behind them. They made you respect them. And this is what it is with sport. This fan base wants the accolades without the glory. It doesn't work like that. The one thing that's not debatable in football is trophies. Nobody can debate. If we win the league, regardless of how we won the league, bro. It's not something you can debate. When Leicester won the league, none of us can debate. They won the league. We wasn't good enough that year. They won it. Last year, Spurs won the Europa. At the end of the, as much as it pisses me off, they had a more successful season than my club. I can't debate that. Are they a bigger club? No, then we're taking it too far. But they won the trophy. And when my club was in that competition, what did we do? We can laugh at Man United all we want. In their banter era in the last 14 years, they still won more trophies than us. They're still getting Europa wins. They're still going there and winning Carabao Cups. They're still winning trophies. Their last manager is more successful than our current manager. That's a fact. Based on trophies. I had people arguing with me, oh yeah, but Slot's a better manager. So I'm sorry, Arteta's a better manager than Slot. Based on what? Because Slot's first achievement is what we've been waiting 6 years for. If he doesn't win it this season, how is it a more successful tenure? The way it ends is the way it ends. But when you look at their tenure, 6 years, no major. Slot, 2 years, 1 major. That's it. Conversation done. It doesn't matter about, he will keep him. But at the end of the day, we're building the team up to be champions. They already became champions within 1 year. That's it. There's no debate in that. People want to debate things that make no sense. This season, what's the requirement? Win the league. Why? So this whole process has been to win the league. If he's already achieved that and we don't achieve it under Arteta, Slot's 10 years more successful based on trophy won. That's it. I don't understand why these days everything has to be mental gymnastics. It's not, bro. It's very, very simple in sport.
There's winners, there's losers. We ain't been losers. We ain't been winners, bro. And the funny thing, this whole video, for me, what made me laugh is the people that criticize our mentality are now screaming for the mentality, screaming for standards, screaming for trophies, screaming for we can't accept this, screaming how second ain't enough. How long have they been preaching to us that second is good enough? They've been preaching that for the longest. Now it's not good enough. But you can't. This is the thing with the internet that I'm sorry, this generation don't understand. What you say on the internet is documented. So when you are preaching something and then you start shifting, we're going to hold you accountable. Because if we win the league, you're going to hold me accountable. But I may be wrong this season if we get over the line. But I wasn't wrong with the last 5 seasons. But they will, but you're flip-flop. No, okay, cool. So I'm going to hold you to the same standard because you'll be the man that'll be calling me out saying, North, what was you saying? You were cussing the club. Yeah, cool. But I wasn't wrong before. And really and truly, no elite club gives him this long anyway to achieve this. If he's got this level of support. I'm tired of the excuses, bro. And this fan base, as much as they try and spin it, they're tired of it. They're tired of it, but you've enabled it. What you're tired of is what you have enabled. You've enabled complacency. You've enabled... Man, not even calling out the way that we play football. Sorry, who was the section of the fan base that were cheering set piece, ole, ole, ole? Who was the section of the fan base saying, there's a hate, there's an agenda because people are saying, why do we play for set pieces? You man are happy when we get the results against Aston Villa, Atletico, Real Madrid playing the style of football. When we're telling you we're not going to win though, you guys are being negative. You guys are twerking for rivals. So what are you guys doing right now? Because you're complaining. Is that not twerking for rivals? You can't throw stones and hide your hand. You can't preach something to me and then it changes when you've had enough of it. You have to stick to your guns. You have to stick to your guns. If you're going to judge football a certain type of way, then that's what I'm going to judge you based on. So then when you're complaining, I'm going to say, no. You called me a fake fan for having those standards. So I'm going to hold you to that. You can't then now start switch it up because your feelings change. Nah. And the thing is like this manager's giving himself enough that we can criticize, bro. Half Volley supported this manager. 6 years in, what has his support got him? Nothing. Seeing the same old stuff, bro. It's all good supporting a manager. Look, I said it with players. I said I wanted Gyökeres. But I started calling out Gyökeres about a week ago. Because I said, listen, as much as I can have faith in a player or a manager, if you're not doing anything to warrant my support, I'm gonna have to turn my support away. Because now it's based on, now I'm looking at you saying, I have nothing to defend you with. You have to give me something to defend you with. Eze, when he's putting up dead performances against Inter Milan, I said, you're going to be dropped. You're going to be dropped now against Man United. And I can't defend you because you were rubbish against Inter. So I can't defend you. You've given me nothing to defend you with. I'm not just going to defend you for defense sake. You have to also turn up. People say, it's the system, this and that. Bro, as a professional, I've seen Figo take the game by the scruff of the neck. I've seen Ronaldo take the game. I see Messi take the game. I see Thierry Henry take the game by the scruff of the neck and say, I'm getting us over the line. I'm not seeing it from none of you guys. I'm sorry, it gets to a point, with every manager. Sometimes managers come unstuck. A lot of times, in the biggest moments, players win it for managers, bro. They get them over the line. I've seen Drogba do it for Chelsea. I've seen Lampard do it for Chelsea. I've seen Zola do it for Chelsea. I've seen Hazard do it for Chelsea. Now, there's a point where you have to have the professionalism of saying, I'm winning it. I've seen Michael Jordan do it for his teams, bro. I saw the documentary.
Oh, yeah. D Wade.
How did he take the game and say, no, we ain't losing? I don't care what the manager's saying. We ain't losing because I've got pride enough that my name is Michael Jordan. We're winning it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I will also add to it, Northside, is that, when it comes to supporting a team of players, a lot of people are going to criticize me by saying, I've got an agenda against certain players. That's not true. I want the team to succeed. I want the team to do well. And when the team does well, we credit the manager, we credit the players. When we won the FA Cup in 2020 after that horrible season where Emery got sacked and Arteta wasn't able to get us higher than 8th, when Emery sacked, we were 6th. So if anything, Arteta actually took us down. But when he won the FA Cup and got us back into the Europa League, I should say, got us back into Europe, I felt happy. I felt confident for the next season. And the players who helped us get over that line, they became people I absolutely loved. We don't support individual players. We support the team's success. And so when the team succeeds, the players have credit in the bank, and we love them all the more. Well, I stopped supporting Arteta when he started breaking up that FA Cup team. That decision to sell Emi Martinez to Aston Villa because he just liked Bernd Leno better was really the start of things getting really sour for me, because I was always of the opinion that, you know, when it comes to a goalkeeper, the man in possession of the jersey gets to keep it no matter what, especially if he's on a good run of form. But then Arteta decided that merit wasn't the criteria, his job's for the boys, and Emi left to join Aston Villa, and of course the rest is history. And so it's about how the players are willing to earn our support and earn our idolization, and then we can win. Then we can give them their credit. Let's take David Raya, for instance. I'm quite active on Twitter, and I post some of these random tweets about certain players and certain teams as well as Arsenal. I remember, of course, when Raya conceded that goal against Spurs after being lobbed by Richarlison from near the halfway line from another Zubimendi mistake, of course. And I remember saying, if Emi Martinez were in goal, he saves that. Because A, he's taller than Raya, and B, he isn't stupid enough to get himself out of position. And then there was one person who I'm pretty good chums with, but he actually loves the team. He loves the individual players no matter what. He called me out and said, dude, what are you talking about? And I said, look, man, that's the third time he's been lobbed in the last 12 months. He doesn't learn from his mistakes, and he will never learn. And his positioning is quite simply awful, and that's why I can never rate him as one of the best. You will never see Emi Martinez get beaten from that big a distance. And then he and another mate of his tried to, go back and forth with me. And, we didn't have to come to a resolution as to who actually won the debate, but I said right now, if Raya wins things with us, I'm going to support him. But if he doesn't win things and makes other stupid errors like this, I'm going to criticize him, because it's not an agenda. We don't have an agenda against individuals, and we don't want individuals to fail. We want the team to succeed. And when the team succeeds, we give the individuals who made it happen their credit. Otherwise, they get no dice. And that's why I completely agree with you, Northside, when you say certain players have got to earn our support. They've got to justify, the love we have for them. And it's like, if you put your trust in someone to do something for you, and that person doesn't really do it the way you'd like it, or doesn't really make the most of his opportunities or their opportunities, it is almost like a betrayal of trust. And so there's no way in the world that I can forgive players who fail repeatedly, and that is why Kai Havertz is forever dead to me after that FA Cup tie against Manchester United. And the less said about David Raya's Bugs Bunny antics in the penalty shootout, the better. So no trophies, no credit. It's as simple as that.
And if I can also piggyback on that, players, as you said, Monty, players have to earn being lionized at any club for that matter. Even when one of the great players that we had in our club history, Thierry Henry, he did not earn that love and respect right out of the gate. He worked for it. And as a result of his work, as a result of the entire team that he was a part of, in those years, they had earned the right and the respect to be lionized over time. What I wanted to do, though, I also wanted to answer Chelsea King 879's question: why this manager continues to play Martin over Eze. It is insane, but it is not a challenge to understand why it's the case. As we know, this manager is a textbook definition of delusion and narcissism. We had heard earlier in the summer when Tony Adams had said that Ødegaard is not good enough to be a captain, and that we will not win anything with him as a captain. And as we know, Arteta has to be right. He has to prove everyone else wrong that what he's doing is correct. So he is playing Ødegaard at our expense because he needs to see Martin come good. It's the same reason why 29 and Jesus have been thrown into the mix as well. because these are his players. He has an agenda. He has his own favorites, and his favorites are subpar. They have continued to be subpar. They have continued to be inferior, and he is still doubling down on it. You see, like, all these Arteta sexuals, all these rectal cavity enthusiasts, they love to say how this manager is learning on the job, but simultaneously, he is making the same mistakes in phase 6 as he was in phase 1. And I'm here to tell you, as someone who has put themselves through higher education, if someone is not learning a concept the first time around, the 5th time around, the 100th time around, chances are they're never going to learn that concept. It is literally spinning in a hamster wheel. And and the worst part about it is at our detriment. Yesterday's match, as well as many other matches this season, even across previous seasons, if Arteta did something different on the pitch, that would be one less card that we can say, okay, well, you are getting this wrong, but at least you tried something different. At least you tried to mix things up to make ourselves look more unpredictable. We have become so easily predictable to set up against. We have become so easily, we have become easy to work around. All teams have to do is just park the bus and frustrate us, and potentially hit us on the counter. That has been proven to be successful. And as a manager, it is incumbent upon them to change things up when things aren't working, or when there just may need to be a few tweaks here and there to resolve those issues. But instead of introspecting, instead of displaying the most minute measure of humility and admitting that you got something wrong, he's choosing to ignore it. And that simply goes back to the narcissism, that he has to prove he is infallible. He is incapable of making mistakes. Yet everyone and their mother, we're all told, we're not managers, we're not part of the professional football community. What do we know? We know based off of what we're seeing, and it should be damning enough that people who are not part of the professional community, who are not getting paid millions and millions to analyze this, if we can see it and they can't, then they're in the wrong positions in life as well. You're welcome. And again, I hope it wasn't meant personally, but it's so damn frustrating. It's so frustrating to see someone do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And then when we call it out, saying that, this is a problem, we still see the same soft underbelly that we had seen in the latter years of Wenger's era, that ironically enough, this manager had played in that era. Mikel Arteta has carried over the PTSD from Wenger's second half of his managerial tenure at Arsenal, and he has carried, and Arteta has carried it over on a personal level. Arteta was part of the squad that bottled the league in 2013-2014. If I'm not mistaken, he was captain of the squad in 2015-2016 when we had bottled the league to Leicester. And we have been recreating those same traumatic experiences in 22-23 and 23-24, and we're doing it right fucking now as well.
And that's why you're a doctor. Not just a proctologist, but a psychiatrist. I love it.
There you go, mate.
Listen, big up to all of you lot locked in, man. I'm going to get something to eat because I've not eaten all day, and it's already 6:30. So big up to all of you. I will be live again at 10. Big up Doc, Manny, KK, Half Volley, you know what I mean? Manny, everybody, Macy as well. We're going to redirect to Flawless. Big up to Man United. They won fair and square. They were the better team of the day. And man, I'll be back at 10, and then I'm going to be live again probably around 1-ish. So 2 more shows today. We started late, but we're going to keep working. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Northside raid on the way in to Flawless, and I'll see you guys at 10 with Deji. And we're out, man. Love.